What's going on, gentlemen?
Hey,
Oh, we've started. Oh, okay.
We were talking.
I wanted to be natural. Wait a minute. Let's get started.
Oh, because it wasn't recording.
You could have just started it at any point. That would have been real natural.
Yeah, but I want to catch it halfway. But you were making a point. I want to hear the point you were trying to make, and I want to record it. That's why.
You're so valuable to me, Cisco.
Come on, the real TSJ.
Got his coffee mug. Look at him.
Absolutely, sir.
I gotta go get my grape soda out the fridge. Hold on. I got it too.
I'm sorry.
Great.
That was a real. I'm sorry. This is my second language or third. I don't want to fuck up in this climate.
So Trenton, you don't know Juan Carlos. Juan Carlos Escalante has a podcast with our good buddy Fran. Remember Fran?
Okay. Yeah, Fran was dope.
Yeah. So
Fran Hella, I remember.
Jose Vazquez. He's a social critic. He criticizes everything.
Yes, as well.
Across the board.
I've known him from the last podcast. It was like 4 hours, and what I got from Jose, he's like a enlightened being, like a being of light, like he's wise, he's healthy, he knows shit.
You didn't pay attention to him, bro.
Yeah. It's like that first layer of frosting I call bullshit. It's like nice and sweet.
That's what you say. It's cloudy. He says, "Nah, man, there's sun coming through."
Oh, it's not one of those.
It's just a little overcast.
It's just a little overcast, It's like my wife when she says, "No hay sábado sin sol." There's never a Saturday without sun. And I'll tell her it's cloudy. No, it came out for 2 minutes. I'm like, that don't mean it was sunny today. What kind of shit is that? So what's up, man? Trent, hey, I was tripping out today. I was watching this video of Melania Trump. And did you guys hear about that? She when Trump became president, she renegotiated her nuptials.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear about that shit?
I heard about it.
Yes.
She's not stupid, man. Come on, you gotta sleep with that guy. You gotta have some skin in the game.
Yeah, you gotta have a nice business contract there.
You know what I mean? Everybody thinks it's love.
That shows you how fucked up the culture is. I mean, Scottie Pippen couldn't renegotiate his contract, and Melania just yes. I mean, like,
poor Scotty.
Was stupid though.
Leave Scotty out of this, man. Poor Scotty. He suffered enough. He suffered enough. Dude, Scotty should have had his own damn shoes a long time ago. Hey,
I don't know about that one.
What are you talking about, bro? Scottie Pippen's a top.
He had the leverage to hold out, and he didn't. You know what I mean? He had already established himself as a number 2 wingman to Michael Jordan. He could have said, "Hey, Jordan, look, man, they're not gonna pay me. I'm gonna hold out." You know what I mean? And shit, Michael could have done about it. Yeah, Michael could have helped him, but he could have done it on his own. So now to sit back and go, I'm gonna hold out my last year or when I'm old.
Do you see Jordan in a different light though? After all this shit came out, like
oh yeah, that cocaine circus. Mm-hmm.
Like the way he dropped dime on the cocaine and all that.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, just petty, like spitting on the pizza. Nobody ate. You can't eat before me. What is that shit? I wish I'd have been on the team. I'd ate the spit pizza. Fuck it.
Was that on the documentary?
Yeah.
What, spitting on the pizza?
The Last Dance. On the Last Dance. Yeah, all that shit.
They got into it. And then try to cop like he didn't have Isaiah blackball. Come on.
Oh man.
Knows Isaiah.
So I guess the joke is like back in the 70s or 80s, like when basketball was like almost hockey. Like they would fight, they would cut to commercial break. It was like that movie Semi-Pro. It was like, commercial break.
It was a shit back then.
You didn't come in the middle.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Scar, excuse. He blackballed Isaiah from the Olympics, right?
Yes.
Well, that's one game. I mean, that's like
blackballed from America.
He didn't want to feel awkward in France. I mean, he was already awkward in France.
Hold on, Juan Carlos. I don't know if you know this, but I know you're not used to it, but we win the gold in every goddamn thing. So
And that was the greatest
not in soccer.
team
Not in
arguably
soccer.
ever
Oh,
assembled.
no.
Okay, true. We either win the gold or we take the gold.
No.
And that was the greatest team arguably assembled. They still talk about that dream team as
Two dream team, baby.
standard.
Dude, they added Christian Leitner.
Yeah.
They added
Oh.
Christian, who had just come out of college. Christian Leitner. Dude, Isaiah Thomas deserved to be on that damn. Isaiah Thomas is.
A little bit of salt, a little bit of sugar. Sprinkled in.
But he didn't like the fact that the Detroit Pistons used to foul the shit out of him. And I think he probably blamed Isaiah Thomas for that.
Oh, they had a bitter rivalry. Detroit, Chicago was ugly until Chicago passed, Detroit, and the torch was passed. But remember, when they did it, all the Pistons walked off the court and didn't shake hands.
Right.
But Boston did that to Detroit. But like Jordan just was like, he was beside himself on that.
Petty.
I think you could pinpoint that as a turning point where like emotions and like sensitivity started playing into it. Because before that, again, players would show up drunk, players would show up railed up, players would show up like, well, I'm only here for the girls. Like, I'm not, like, no. Now it's like, oh no, everybody's like, flagrant 1, flagrant 2. Like now there's like so many different rules. Like no, before it was a chin check to the throat.
Hey, you ever hear Joey Diaz story? Joey Diaz used to party with Daryl Dawkins, and he said Daryl Dawkins
from the Hawks? No,
from the Sixers.
Sixers. Okay.
Chocolate Thunder.
Thunder.
Chocolate Thunder. So Daryl Dawkins, he said, used to do rails off the top of the refrigerator.
Dude,
sounds about right.
cocaine was a part of the American fabric. Pablo Escobar wasn't selling the street kids.
Nope. That's
I mean,
a rich
that-
man's
that's
drug.
the-
He always says a rich man's drug, dude.
Hey, when I came to LA, man, who was it? Who was that comedian that was it? Freddie?
Oh damn, Trent, where are you originally from?
I came from San Francisco.
Okay.
I came in '92, and it was like a big scene back then. But even earlier before that, I graduated in '81. I came to Los Angeles in '81 that summer. Man, cocaine was ridiculous. And if you didn't know somebody, you would stand in lines. But if you had cocaine,
So nothing's
changed. Yeah, nothing's. I was gonna say nothing's changed.
Cisco, was it you that was with me that time we crushed up the aspirin and we went to that place on Sunset Boulevard?
No, not
We
me.
used to
Allegedly,
go to-
allegedly,
No,
allegedly, allegedly.
No, it wasn't me. I would have. No, where'd you guys go? Where'd you go?
What was that place? I can't Dublin's. Dublin's used to be the hot spot in the 90s.
Yeah, I only went to Dublin's once. So.
But here's the thing. Like, if you wanted to go to Dublin's and hook up, all you would have to do is crush up aspirin, put it in one of those little coca vials, and just listen to chicks talk about they want some cocaine. And you go, hey, I got a little cocaine. Man, you can get anything done. And
If there ain't no snow, it's a no-go.
Little vials of aspirin.
So
I
you
want
got.
to personally thank Tylenol and Bear right now.
So for those who don't know, Dublin's Tuesday nights. It was Tuesday nights. Dublin's Tuesday nights was the hottest comedy show in Hollywood.
Yes, it
Oh,
was.
Better than the Improv, better than the Laugh Factory, better than the Comedy Store. That's where Dane Cook blew up and became a star, like a mega star.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
and it was packed because Jay Davis used to pack the shit out of it with young college white girls.
Models.
Remind me about Jay Davis because the name sounds familiar.
He's a comedian, local LA comedian, pretty funny. He's been together a long time. He was Dane Cook's boy back in the day. They ran kind of tight.
Yeah,
Okay.
he promoted.
Because he sounds familiar.
But he
Jay
promoted.
Davis.
Yeah, he
Looks
promoted.
like a surfer dude, really, but he's he's funny.
Well, he promoted Dublin's, and the way I talked to him, he told me the way he used to get people in there was he was a bartender, and he would meet so many people bartending that he created this email list. And then he had not only did he have the email list for the people to come to the show, he had an A-list email list of people, celebrities he met while bartending. So that's how he used to pack the shit out of it.
Standing room only, and
Standing
if you
room.
weren't on the show, sorry.
Exactly, yeah, dude.
Or if you didn't know somebody back then, I used to hang out with Ahmad, and I used to hang out with this girl who used to double date with Bill Maher.
Okay.
And so we would always just go, and Bill Maher would go in there and
So
get some
apparently she's
wine.
black then.
Huh?
This is a black girl then.
Well, the girl he dated, yeah.
Yeah, because Bill Maher is all
but the girl that was
Yeah.
friends with her was white, so you know.
Oh, okay.
Dude, Bill Maher, it's funny you say that because I saw him walk into the Improv one time with a blonde black girl. That
Oh,
shit-
this girl was Egyptian. He went to the motherland to get this one, and she was beautiful. I was like,
Something,
man,
you know what? I've seen Bill Maher out in Hollywood before with a beautiful black woman. I've seen the weather guy Mark Thompson from Fox 11 News out with a beautiful adult actress. I've seen like all these like TV or radio or auto dealership guys I would see on television. I'm like, what the heck are you doing here? And like all of them like totally would not expect the type of women they'd be into, but yeah, I guess when you come with power and powder.
But why do we set our expectations? They're human beings. Would you go out with a black girl?
Yes, I would go out with a fat black girl.
So why?
Hey, Cisco, not me. Come on, man. Cut it out.
Hold on, fat black girls buy you gifts.
They give you gifts.
All
hey,
fat girls.
Child support.
Hey, all fat girls will. Dude. Sorry.
Man, if you sling it right, you remember that Asian girl I was going out with the last time? I used to roll up to the Dash Studios in her car, put her to bed, knock off another chick, and come back home.
Hey, man, so everybody's been to Dash Studios, huh?
Yeah. Ski.
Damn. Oh yeah, and Ski too,
DJ
man.
Ski.
Damn.
That's DJ Ski. That's Dash.
Yeah, dude, he's put in a lot of work too, man.
But that's where we used to record back in the day. That's what we used to record all our shows.
I would think an Asian girl would be, I'm sorry, intimidated by what's coming when she goes out with you, TJ. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm being...
You should be intimidated. If you go out with them, you should be intimidated. You got to deal with their parents. You got to deal with their fucking friends and all their success. You better make sure you got questions.
Hey, Trenton, how about your experience at Adelitas that one time?
Oh, man.
Adelitas.
No me gustan
Like-
los negros.
Dude, that shit was crazy. Like Trenton was like, he didn't even ask the girl. No, he was walking up to her. He didn't even open his mouth. She's like, negros, no. I'm like,
No me gustan los negros.
No,
I
she
don't
didn't
like
say,
them either.
she didn't say no me gustan, did she?
Yeah.
I thought she just said negros, no.
No, I was looking at her and she just was like, no me gustan los negros. I got a little Spanish. I was like,
She's like, I want to walk
They're
tomorrow.
like pago más.
She's like, I got to walk my kids tomorrow. I don't want to be sore all morning.
Hey, you remember we went down there on Christmas Eve that one year and there was like one girl?
Dude, that's a
Yes, I want to hear this. I want to
Thank
hear
you.
about this one girl.
So we wouldn't have
But there was about 500 guys.
no.
I want to hear about that.
The story is, so I got tickets. We got tickets, Daddy, myself, and I invited you. And I think Sean Latham went with us.
Wasn't it Chuck?
No, Sean.
The cock blocking exit there.
No, it was Sean Latham.
There's
No,
always a cock blocker.
it was Sean Latham, and we went to.
No, I never went with Sean.
Yeah, Sean Latham went with us. You invited him, and we came to. He went with us to see Monday Night Football. It was the Broncos and the Chargers. We went to the game in San Diego,
I'm getting old.
and then you were like, "We're only 15 minutes from the border."
Yeah.
And it was December. Hold
Like,
on,
what
it
does
was
that mean? You want to get some illegal pharmaceuticals? Like,
No.
what does that mean?
It's
Once you
December
go one
24th.
time, When
It's-
you get
it's-
close.
It's Christmas Eve. My kids are at home waiting for me to open.
Daddy.
So of course, I said, "Fuck it, let's go." So I'm a young father. I'm like, "Fuck it, let's go. We'll go for a little bit." But we go in. So we walked in Adelitas. It was four of us. The four of us walk in.
It was sad.
It's slow. There was probably like, it wasn't one girl. It was probably like, it's usually like 70, 80 to 100 girls.
Yeah.
It was
But
like
it wasn't more than 10.
10.
Let's put
Yeah, it
that
wasn't more
way.
than 10, 8 to 10 girls.
And there are a lot of dudes.
But depressed looking dudes too,
Well, it is Christmas Eve.
So we walk in, and I think we lasted like 2-3 minutes, and we said,
And we were out of there. Because the
Fuck.
vibe, if you ever
So-
go to Adelitas, remember the first time I went to Cisco?
"Yeah."
I looked at Cisco, I said, man, I'm not gay.
Mexican
But if
girls.
I was, I'd kiss you right now.
No, you told me, because I told you, look at that one. Ooh, look at that one. You go, "Hey, man, you make us look desperate in here." I said, "Hey, you don't think these women know you're here to fuck?" and you were like, "Damn, you got a
that's
point.
right.
You got a point."
Yeah,
That's
but not
right.
with you, man. I mean, like,
Christmas Eve, we walk in, we're in there for like 3 minutes, probably 5 minutes max. And we start walking out, and the DJ goes, "Un aplauso para los cuatro putos que acaban de llegar y ya se van." I said,
Yeah.
Me?
like, and you were the only 4 faggots walking out of there, I guess.
Hey, but that was the
Excuse
night
the
I
language.
realized. Hey, that was the night I realized that San Diego had gangster fans. Because you remember we went and we saw all those cholos wearing San Diego shit. And like before that, you would think San Diego fans are white or they're black or this, that. Man, with that Denver game, they were out. Cholos creased up. They had the powder blue on, which was nice too.
And got the Chargers won too, huh?
Yeah. You know, but they were like, "Fuck the Raiders." We were like, "Yeah, right. Let's get the fuck out of here."
One of the saddest things, though, sorry, Juan Carlos.
Sorry.
One of the saddest things about Rams and Chargers games is that, and I'm both, I support both. You know, we didn't have an LA team for like 20-some years or 20 years. I'm like, fuck it, man. When the Rams left, I became a Chargers fan. Then the Rams came back. I'm like, fuck it. Rams are back. The owner's not. The one that took them away, I'll be a Rams fan. But I'm not going to stop being a Chargers fan. I said, because I feel fucked up. I kind of feel like, yo, man. And then the Chargers moved to LA. I'm like, oh, hell yeah. Both of them are here in LA. I'm not going to stop rooting for both. But the sad thing is, you go to a game, either one, and you see a bunch of motherfuckers with other teams' jerseys. Like you see the fucking Raider fan, a Niner fan, a Cowboy fan, and
especially with the Chargers, because
Steeler
they're fans. They have to do something. They better start winning.
Winning changes all of that.
Yeah,
All it takes is them just to get to the Super Bowl. People are bandwagoners, and in any big space.
They got rid of Rivers, and that's a good start because he was starting to go down. And the Chargers have a great defense.
They got Tyrod Taylor.
Oh man, they're gonna be
good. I guess
but
all
they
this is
gotta
like
play that
hypothetical
AFC
now,
West.
since there's not going to be any more football, right?
What's up?
I guess this is all going to be like hypothetical now, since football is like going to be canceled this season.
It's not gonna be canceled.
Football players acting like they're gonna play regardless.
They're gonna charge for Zoom games, bro. Trust
you
me.
think so?
Dude, they're gonna find a way to charge us to watch the damn. They're gonna make money. They're gonna make money.
I mean, it is $1 billion business.
And you see what they're doing too. They're trying to have games in these huge stadiums and talk about social distancing. So they're going to say, okay, a stadium that holds 80,000, we might pack in about 30,000 and we'll have spaces. But, you know, it's just like lifting the ban. If you go out right now, there are all these restrictions in place. But when you put people all together, those restrictions go right out the window.
It's like a group thinking, right?
You know what I mean? It's like, you know, you're supposed to give somebody 6 feet, but you're always going to get that one person that's up on you in 3, you know?
especially at Adelita, so.
Oh, man. Well, that's different. If I want to die, I want to die there.
Hey, Juan Carlos, sorry, man. I cut you off.
Getting back to the Adelita thing, it's a bar, right? In Tijuana.
You never been there?
No.
No, and see, like I don't go to Rosarito,
No,
but
man.
I know about Adelitas and I know about Hong Kong, but I've never been.
I've been to LA. I've been to LA twice, and only once I tried to hit up Cisco. He gave me the hi-hat. He brushed me off. No, he didn't give a fuck. His wife wouldn't let him come out.
That's true. That's a fact. That's a fact.
What the?
No, dude. You know what? It's because when you came, I was coaching football, and it was my first year. And dude, if your first year, it's fucking rough. I was there from 8 a.m. to like 8 p.m., dude. And I'm fucking exhausted. And then Juan Carlos, hey, come to Hollywood. I'm like, and it's like, you know, I don't live 10 minutes from Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know what it's like, Trent? It's like, do I really want to deal with this fucking traffic right now after being somewhere for 12 fucking hours? And it's like, dude. And
hey,
I felt bad. And I felt bad, dude. I felt bad. What's up?
Tell them about the first time we met, how we met.
What do you mean? Where? We met at at Wild Coyote.
But like the first time we actually went on a date, you know, me and you went out.
Yeah, we went on a date. Me and Trent went on a date. You know, him being from Frisco and all. You know?
We went to Costa Mesa.
We went to hang out, man, and
you went to the beach together.
We were talking to 2 white broads, probably the 2 hottest white broads in the smoking, and so end of the night we end up in separate cars.
Hey, but wait a minute. You're leaving some out.
Oh, yeah.
We're standing in line waiting to get in. And, you know, Costa Mesa is cool, you know, but like, I believe.
But like race is cool, right?
you know, like sometimes people know, like cool people, because they were showing us love. But this one dude, we were talking to these two girls in line while we waited.
No, we were already in. We were already inside. We were
inside, but we were still talking to these two girls.
Yeah, we're
and
talking.
this busted ass dude just comes up, and he starts like through. Like it was so amazing. It took me by a minute to like process it. And this fool was like, "Hey man, what the fuck, you cock blocker? Get the fuck out!" This is the first time we hung out, right? And so, you know,
Trent looks at me.
I'm looking at him like, this is a motherfucker right here. But then we start talking to the girl.
No, I said, hey, don't be a fucking cock blocker. And the guy, oh, I'm sorry. And he walks away.
That's something for sure. Like, that's something for sure I can vouch for. With Cisco, is he lets his boundaries be known, and he lets you know, fuck off.
Hey, I think those broads,
good dude.
I think those broads respected that too, man. They were like,
because we were in, hey, remember, we were in, like, they came, Cisco had a truck, and they had a truck. So I go, okay, I'm on third base right now. I'm going to take this one over here. And we doing all kind of shit in her truck. And just out of curiosity, the little asshole that I am, look out the window. And Cisco and the girl in the other truck just doing, what y'all doing, Cisco?
Just talking. Hey, I'm going to be honest with you, dude. I'm going to be honest with you. That broad was way out of my league. I ain't going to lie. She was I was totally intimidated, bro. She was digging.
And I kept looking in the curtains. I'm like, y'all fucking yet? What's going on over there? Y'all fucking? What's going on?
Yeah, I know, dude. I know you went over there. No, you said, hey, y'all better stop talking because there's going to be some necking going on over here. You said
I was trying to get them to get it going because her friend kept going, is my friend okay? I'm like, shit. I get all wet, and then she started worrying about her friend. That shit started getting dry. I'm like, okay.
She had some tiggle bitties too.
Both of them was good. They was good. And it's like, ever since then, we just been on this media rocket ship. Just every time we go out, every time we do a show, anything.
White women.
You need somebody that's like a good dude. You know what I'm saying? You don't mind if your car gets broken into because you go with him to a quinceañera in the projects.
What the heck? What's this about?
This fool went to quinceañera with me and his car got broken. They took all his.
I didn't even want to go with my boy.
You know where? At the Strata Courts.
Yeah, down in
damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right there on Olympic and Soto.
Greenville or something like that. Yeah. I go by there all the time. I go, these motherfuckers.
I felt bad, dude. He goes, my Marvin Gaye, my fucking James Brown.
I had a whole bunch of CDs. They smashed that.
My Luis Miguel.
Oh, man. Vicente Fernandez. I was like, they took my shit.
Dude, I remember we're driving to Playas de Tijuana, and then this guy's like, I had Luis Miguel, Mexico, blasting.
The good stuff.
And this fool goes, damn, man, you make me wish I was Mexican.
Remember that old lady that was like in her 50s, but she was like smoking hot in that mall we went to?
Oh, yeah.
I said, man, I wish I was old. I wish everything then. I was like, shit, I wish everything.
Older Mexican ladies are either really hot or they just go around, like.
Yeah, pretty much.
But they keep it tight. They're amazing. They're the best because their skin stays tight, like.
You ever been with an older woman, Juan Carlos?
Oh, yeah. Well, not much older.
Not much? What's the oldest? Like difference in years?
8 years.
8 years?
I was 30. I was 27, and well, she was 33. 34.
Put it this way, you were a fourth grader when she was a senior, dog.
That last chick used to say that to me. I wasn't even born when you were in high school. So what? Something like that.
That's funny.
Semantics already.
I know Jose. Jose, you've been with some grandmas. I know you have. You're a dirty dog.
I do not discriminate. It's like, come on.
That's good, though. You can't be that way.
It's all about companionship. And if you get lucky to find somebody you can vibe with, marry that motherfucker.
He's a fucking, she's on Social Security.
Pretty cool, and they got like a PS4, and then trade and be friends online.
Then they start trying to hurt you with that PS4. They start hiding and doing all kind of wicked shit.
Who cares that she's on Social Security? Shit, fuck it.
I know the check clears.
I'm on Social Security now, fucker.
she got direct deposit.
And when San Juan is on Social Security.
Nah, man.
Hey, they don't have that in Mexico. They don't have. Oh, they do. Yes, they do.
Yeah, they do.
They have like a check they give a las personas de tercera edad and shit, right?
Yeah, they have a pension that they give you, but my father is eligible and he doesn't get it. I mean, they say you have enough money. You're okay the way you are. Like,
that's fucked up, dude.
He gave that to you.
they don't give you cheese here. They give you milk. They give you milk. Every Thursday and Saturday, you go 5 a.m. to a little place and you do a lot. You have like a Tupperware, and they give you milk.
Holy shit! They squeeze the udders right there. Or what? Right.
No, they just take milk from who knows where, and then the milk they don't give away. They give it to the people who sells Jello. You know, like milk Jello, Mexican milk Jello.
Oh, okay.
In the street corners, that's like the circle of life in Mexico City. You know?
Milk.
The funny shit is, like in Mexico, if you buy a soda, you gotta pay for the bottle because they recycle the bottles. So if you don't want the bottle, they pour your soda into a plastic, like a zip bag, like a sandwich bag, and they put a straw in that motherfucker and a rubber band. And
that's a Capri Sun.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is.
The originators.
But when you've never seen that, you're like, what the fuck are they doing with my soda, man? Why are you pouring it? And then they give it to, oh shit, what the fuck? This is cool.
Take me back to grade school.
Save me 10 cents. Shit. Hey, but you know, with the beers too, if you take the bottles back, they discount the bottles and you don't pay the CRV. So so all you do is take your bottles back and get a new, like if you take a 24 pack of bottles, they give you a fresh 24. You just pay for the beer. That's it.
Nice.
And you just keep recycling it. That's cool. We don't have that here. I wish they did. That would be cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, man, when I go, like, when me and my cousin will go to the clubs, like we get a little Ziploc bag and we fill it up full of Jack Daniels, put it in our, our underwear or whatever, go in, ask for a cup of water, drink it, pour out the rest in the cup.
See, those days are over. We used to get lit in the parking lot and then go in with a nice buzz and drink one drink.
Yeah, that's old school right there. That's some old school shit. What's the craziest shit?
Hit the liquor store on the way, mix a couple of drinks with your homies, and then you might spend like one drink. You bought everything that before you bought that one drink. So
when I played football in college, we were on a lot of the guys on the team were not from California, so I would be like, hey, Saturday night after the game, let's go to TJ. Like saying, so there'd be dudes from like Delaware, Massachusetts, Texas, Florida, and they're like, so let's go. And I remember
Delaware, the first state in the union.
Yeah, my friend Alonzo, he was from out there. He was a state champ in track, and so we went to TJ, and I remember him going, damn, my family's not gonna believe I went to Mexico. But we went in 2 cars or 3 cars. We went in a caravan. And I remember we were drinking. We had a case of beer in the back, and we had open cans. We were drinking, and the cops pulled us over, man. They pulled us over out of the caravan. It was our car, and I had crazy ass Chuck with me, and my buddy Chuck is one of these guys like he'll break every law in front of the cops without giving a fuck.
I can vouch because I know a Chuck, and also broke a lot of laws.
So the cops like. You guys been drinking? And luckily my buddy that was driving, he wasn't drinking. But I was underage. We were all underage. None of us were 21 and over. Man, that motherfucker made us crack open every beer in the box and pour it out on the side of the freeway. But he let us go.
That's lucky.
Because we said, we're going to TJ's. Like, have a good time, but don't drink on your way over there. And he made us pour all of them out. We were crying, bro.
What happened to us when we got stopped? We were in a caravan with your cousin, remember?
Why didn't we get stopped? I don't remember that one.
Oh, man. We got stopped. Your cousin. What's your cousin's name? The good-looking one, Albert or something like that?
The good-looking one. I like
yeah.
this guy.
Oh, no. We were coming back across the border, and me and you got across, but they stopped him, and I was tore up.
Oh, you were talking shit.
So I look in the back of my mirror, and I run to the immigration because they pulled my cousin over.
Damn.
I go, hey. stop racially profiling my cousin, man. I go, you guys are racially, the problem.
We're Mexican.
Yeah.
You're brutalizing me.
So I was mad because but the thing is, my cousin had his own limo service. So he had driven one of his limos, which was like, it's not a limo, it's a Lincoln. But,
town cars.
Like town cars. And they pulled him over because I guess something, the plates or something, because it was a business car. But I didn't know. I was tore up. I was just mad because they let me go. And I was mad. And he goes, sir, I will take you in for driving inebriated. And I said, I haven't been drinking. Like, I don't even drink. And he's like,
we were all just.
You want to go to jail? And I said, let me just get back in the car. And we took off.
Lucky too.
Yeah, we had a good time that night. That was when CB was trying to cock block. What'd you tell him? Dude, my friend Mike.
Got his name CB because he's a cock block?
Dude, he was the biggest cock blocker ever.
Let me guess. He's a short dude.
Dude, yup. My buddy Mike. And what'd you tell him, Trent? What'd you tell him?
I said, oh, you flamed out on your shit. So now you're trying to come over here and cock block. Get the fuck
Classic. Nah, man. Classic.
So he was so the girl he was hollering at dissed him and said, fuck you. He comes over and starts talking to the chick next to Trent. And Trent, oh, yeah. So that girl won't talk to you. Now you're going to come hit on this chick over here who I'm talking to. Get the fuck out of here.
And then the worst part was we were staying in a hotel. And I think we were all like there were 2 rooms or 1 room or something like that.
That's because we did a show.
That? We did that show down there. We had 2 rooms or something like that. I wasn't staying with that motherfucker. I think me and you were staying together, and he was staying with somebody, or you were staying with him, and then you were like, "Man, fuck that dude," and you stayed with us.
Yeah, dude, that was a fun night. That was a fun night.
I'm sorry, you were sharing rooms and you had sex with I mean,
back then. See, Cisco's a reformed man now. But back then,
that's 20 years ago.
30
years ago.
He was a dirtbag.
Let's just put it this way: I had options.
We looked in those rooms and said, "Oh yeah." We walked in. First thing we do, oh, it's got a kitchen. It's got this. Oh, 2 beds. All right, fuck it, let's go.
No. My room had 1 bed. CB slept on the floor.
Yeah.
So what was the plan if
we hooked up?
Yeah.
Shit. I'm no stranger to nothing like that. Back in the day,
Have you ever fucked on the floor? Like,
of course, dude. Come on.
Better in the bathroom, kitchen, basement, attic.
Ass beds.
You never done on the floor, man?
I think so. No, but not because I didn't have access to the bed. It was because I read it in Cosmo. Like keep it spicy.
You guys were into the cosmos and shit. You guys trying to do it on the floor, like to feel connected to the earth and shit. What?
2 apple teenies and we got frisky.
Apple teenies.
Frisky for
you start drinking
now is making it on the couch. That's like
you start drinking apple teenies. You don't know if it's a guy or a girl you're doing it with, motherfucker.
If Frisco is frisky now, it's extra spicy on the pupusas.
Hey, so how far back did San Francisco get that like that fucking stereotype, man?
What, gay?
Yeah, about the gay.
Oh, it's been like that forever, because you have to remember that was the city of free love in the 60s, and it was a place for some reason where people just designated it as a haven, like in the early 30s and 40s and stuff like that, where culturally it was more tolerant, to go there, and so it's always been like that.
Yeah, I've always heard.
It's not like that now, though. It's not like that now. Now it's it's
go
like
to the Castro. It's still.
No, but I'm saying now
main trade places like the Castro, Noe Valley, Southern Market, still predominantly gay.
It's always been just Castro, right? Like for the most part, right?
No, it was all over the city, but those were the main areas, like the Castro, Noe Valley.
West Hollywood, like a West Hollywood.
Yeah, like even Southern Market. Southern Market used to be like when we were teenagers, we'd get off because we'd go like to the Palladium, or we would go to places on the north side, but sometimes we would stop off like to get some drink or something like that right off the freeway. And what would happen, because I used to work over there, if you go south of Market, you would see big ass gay dudes wearing chaps with their asses out. And as for like an 18, 19-year-old, we're like, what the fuck, man? Look at this fucker. And you think you're badass until you see a dude with his balls and biceps, and you go, man, like Richard Pryor say, fuck this. I'm not getting my ass kicked and fuck. Let's get the fuck out of here.
So it's funny because I've never been to Frisco, but I've been to San Jose, I've been to Oakland, I've been to Vallejo. Never been to
Frisco. You not scared?
I try to skip Castro.
Hey, but I tell you what, like on the north side, on North Beach and stuff like that, we used to go over there. There used to be a place called the Palladium. But like all the way over there, man, some of the best food, if you just want to just get fat as fuck, stay on North Beach for like a week. Fisherman's Wharf. Yeah. Because I used to work over there when I graduated from high school. And I used to go over there all the time. And it used to be like, I used to actually work in the city when I was 15 and 16. When I first came to California, I used to work in San Francisco because I was born in New York, but I was raised in the Bay Area. Yeah. But I used to go to San Francisco, and that was right when the Zodiac was killing people.
Oh damn.
So that was the Zodiac and the Village people. So like when I would go to work after school, I'd have to worry about getting hit on by old homosexual guys, because it was fun to stay at the YMCA. Yeah. And then when I'd go home at night, I'd be like, man, this motherfucker could be walking the streets right now. I better get on the other side. I wouldn't talk to nobody. I carried my knife and everything. I was like, fuck this. If I'm going to die, at least I'm going to keep my asshole intact. Back then, that was very important. Not saying that it's not now, but
They ever have that kind of shit happening in Mexico City, Juan Carlos?
Cisco, I'm still blown away that you don't watch any movie with a gay theme. I mean, this is crazy.
No, he watches Pose.
I'm sorry?
He watches a show called Pose.
I don't watch it. My wife watches it.
So have you seen the show this week?
I glance at it, No, I've seen movies with gay. I mean, dude, every freaking show is gay now.
Have you
seen
Will and Grace?
Yeah, Will and Grace. I saw Will and Mason.
That's it.
I don't get it. Bag rage. Hey,
two dudes.
Every show has like gay themes, the L word, or like anything. Like I watch some of these things now, and I'm just like, man, talking about making up for lost time. There's a lot of shows. If you watch like AME or AMC, or it's just so many shows.
TJ, I'm sorry, but if you're a gringo, you need to watch all Tom Hanks movies. That's the deal. Yeah, that's what you do.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
Tom Hanks, TH makes another movie, you go and watch it. That's the deal. This man hasn't, el vato no ha visto Philadelphia. O sea.
I left off at Bosom Buddies, bro. That was it for me.
Oh, yeah, he did Bosom Buddies, too. He did the cross-dressing. Yeah.
He did.
No.
There's a lot of things that slipped by. Like when you pointed out how they would use the N-word back in the 70s.
Oh, yeah.
Cross-dressing, Archie Bunker with his racist views, George Jefferson with his racist views. There were a lot of things, like people say, oh, there wasn't representation. We just didn't know it. Because like Tom Hanks dressing up on Bosom Buddies, that was cross-dressing right there.
Yeah, and then the kids in the hall used to do that shit all the time. No, but you know what? Shameless, the brother's gay. I watch Shameless.
Yeah, but that's one character out of 12.
What do you want me? You want me to watch the show where everyone's gay or what?
Yeah. You need to watch.
He already is. He's watching Pose.
You know what? That's your homework, Cisco. You need to watch Angels in America.
Angels in America.
It's a great show.
Is Al Pacino, and he says, "I'm not gay. I just like to fuck young boys." I was like, "What the heck?" I'm like, "Okay."
I watched the movie. What was that movie? Where Robert De Niro plays a priest, and then all the kids get molested.
Damn, I didn't see that one.
Yeah,
wasn't that Doubt?
Doubt, with
no,
that's Philip Zimmer.
No, this is a '90s movie, dude. It was pretty fucking good, man. But damn, what's his name? What's his name? Molests them and like beats the shit out of them when they go to juvenile hall. It was Footloose, dude. The dude from Footloose. What's his name?
Heathers.
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon plays the warden or like a security in a juvenile hall. And
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Like
these
the
kids
brothers or something.
yeah,
like,
they're all brothers, and they go to, like,
and then they go to jail or something like that,
yeah,
right?
and he molests them, he beats them, he
Well, the hot dog
sodomizes
cart, right?
all that shit. I don't
They
remember.
kill a guy with a hot dog cart.
think,
Yes, by accident. That's the one. Yeah. What was that movie called?
I haven't
Is it on
watched it.
Netflix?
You haven't seen it? Oh,
No.
it's a really good movie. It's fucked up, man.
I keep thinking Mystic River, but it's not Mystic River, but it has like that Mystic River like type feel, like it's like a psychological drama type thing.
Oh, and then I saw the one of, come on, sweet, come on, squeal,
Oh,
bitch.
Deliverance.
Deliverance, yeah.
Deliverance. I saw that one too. That.
You saw Pulp Fiction, too,
Oh, in Pulp Fiction, freaking Quentin Tarantino gets off the N-word like so many times.
And then he gagged Vin Rames.
Yeah.
I bet Cisco steps out the room when that scene comes out. I can't watch this. I mean, like,
Hey,
because
Cisco,
all the movies you've said you watched are like horror stories about being gay. None of them are about positive things about being gay.
It's never like a happy relationship.
Like a
It's always
happy ending and
traumatic.
shit. like a happy
No,
ending gay
I
show.
think you did watch Brokeback Mountain because you used to do a joke about it, didn't you?
I did, but I never watched it.
you didn't commit.
I glanced by it.
It doesn't intrigue me, dude. There's a lot of movies that don't intrigue me. I mean, dude, I have nothing against that. I'm just saying, like, what the fuck I gotta see it for?
I just like
Look,
the fact
first of
that-
all, I'm not a big fan of a lot of movies. Like, I don't like romantic comedies. I
Liar.
don't like romantic movies. Oh, I guess I like what was it, 51 Dates or what?
Oh, 50 Shades of Grey.
No, the
50
one-
First Dates.
Drew Barrymore. No, yeah, I like that
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
I mean, I guess that's a romantic comedy.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, yeah, I'm not a big fan of a lot of time. I like documentaries. I like real, like, movies based on real shit, and I like mafia movies. I like all that shit. You know,
I like those two.
So you were for it when they killed Beto, you know, in The
Did you watch
Sopranos.
The Crying Game?
Oh, when they
I've
killed
never
Vito
seen-
with the poke
never
in
seen
his
it.
butt.
Is the
Of course
Crying
not.
Game good or what? Is it good?
Oh,
Trent?
yeah. It's got
The
a
crying game,
twist.
dude, the crying game is freaking a mind blow. Like I was like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Oh,
Those
Yeah,
are the
because-
kind of movies, you know, like you watch and you go, oh, okay, wow, shit. I never saw that.
The thing
coming.
about the crying game is within the first 7 minutes, it's like, okay, chick with the dick.
oh, that's what it's about. Oh,
Like in the
fuck.
first 7 minutes, it's goodness, what's this guy's name? The last king of Irish or whatever. The last king of what's his name?
Scotland. Oh,
Scotland. What's his name?
It's
Forrest
Gabriel
Whitaker?
Byrne.
Forrest Whitaker.
It's
Forrest
Ga-
Whitaker.
Oh,
It's Forrest Whitaker in Crying Game, where he's a
He's
young
it?
Forrest Whitaker, and he has sex with this girl who has, and it just like
Oh shit.
he's like, I need to get
no,
revenge.
the main guy was Gabriel Byrne, wasn't it? The guy from
the black guy?
No, he was like an Irish terrorist, right? Wasn't that the Crying Game that he was?
No, the Crying Game is
Isn't
Forrest
Boy
Whitaker.
George in it? Isn't Boy George in that shit? Or is it just a song?
We don't know anything. We're just as homophobic as you, Cisco. I'm sorry.
What about that movie with Will Smith where he was bi? I mean,
Right.
you remember that one?
Oh yeah, he's like a superhero or something, right? Or
He was like a flim flam guy, but you know he was a grifter who slept with men and women.
You lost
Yeah.
me at Flim Flam, man. That's it. Once you said Flim Flam, I ain't watching that shit.
And I did my wrist like this.
like Fred Sanford? Like Fred Sanford?
I just like the way when we bring up the gay topic, the homosexual topic, like Cisco is ready to like be like the world champion of backpedaling, cycling.
No, I've watched shows that had gay people on it.
I'm telling you, I would. Like,
I don't go out of
would-
my way to look for it though. Like,
No, but I would like an update on the show Pose that you watch with your wife, because I've seen the show, and so like when I first saw it, I was like, oh wow, like this is just interesting. And the fact that you brought it up, I was like, I would never expect you to know about this.
no,
show.
it was, dude. It was. My wife loved it. She said it was fucking one of the best shows she ever seen. And the parts, I mean, they're good actors. I mean, but fuck, are they really acting? They're really transsexuals in real life. So
Right.
they're not really acting. It's like Bill Burr's joke, right? Did you guys hear Bill Burr's joke?
No.
No.
Like people were mad because who played Stephen Hawking? Somebody. Oh, that's fuck.
Oh,
They should have got a real quadriplegic. It's like, well, then it's not fucking acting. That's why it's called acting.
Sometimes, man.
You know what I mean?
You know what,
Like,
though? Speaking about that though, like I could see people's desire to have like authenticity in some of the roles, because like today I just watched a whole bunch of westerns, and I was watching Wanted Dead or Alive, and I'm sitting here going, because Steve McQueen, he goes down to Mexico to get this kid who ran away from his dad, and then he encounters like these fake soldiers from the U.S. that are ripping the Mexican people off. But if you could have just seen the supposed Mexican soldiers, I'm like, oh, come on, man, cut it out. These guys
It's
are
every fucking movie though, dude.
Yeah, The Last Samurai, Tom Cruise.
Oh my God, and when they played Native Americans on the Big Valley, or Gunsmoke or something like that.
Oh yeah, or freaking
Bonanza, all that shit.
Yeah.
Kevin Costner, Dances with Wolves.
And I love Bonanza, bro. I'm a big Bonanza fan.
You do. And you talking about, if you want to talk about like institutionalized racism in our cinema, man, look at those kind of shows.
Look at Blazing Saddles.
Oh, well, see, that was a comedy though, and that was a comedy based off of stereotypes.
Yeah, that's what it was.
A lot of people said Blazing Saddles, but Blazing Saddles was so way over the top to show you the stereotypes. These things are actually depictions of like modern day Western life in a serious tone, but you see the racial stereotypes. Another thing, you would see like the mob mentality, like you see like white people burning shit or white people starting shit. And it's just interesting to see how it was naturally photographed. Like, oh no, let's not do this, or let's not change this up. That was standard behavior. The Cowboys would do this, or the Cowboys would say this. And a lot of times it was a lot of aggression. Today I was watching them talking about taking a dam because this guy's land was on a dam, and they could have went through eminent domain and everything like that. But why go through eminent domain when you're the majority and you could just feel like you could take it? And I'm like, damn, that's the kind of shit they did all the time.
That's some real shit.
It's naturally depicted.
The cow rustlers, right? That you have like a statewide extension of land, and you just let the cows roam, and these are my cows. And there's this little hut with people that said, I have 10 cows. These are my 10 cows. And I say, no. These are my 10 cows. You get the fuck out of here. You starve. I don't give a fuck. I mean, that's what you watch in a Western. People killing each other it's like The Walking Dead, like those gritty scenes where people are raped and tortured, like in The Searchers. Like, it's a very old movie, right? It's like from the 60s, right?
Yeah.
With John Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen it. Searchers, no.
I've never seen it, but I know.
There's like 5 rapes in that movie. I mean, every Western has a rape. I mean, I haven't seen the Steve McQueen one, but I bet there's a rape in the movie.
Or an attempted rape, because it's a lot of the cowboys that just be like, I know you were looking at me. No, I can't take it. Come here. And then another guy comes.
Yeah, they're not going to go, I was just talking to her. Like,
they fight over the prostitutes, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna make an honest woman out of you, Betty Jean.
Or like the one guy's daughter or something like that. I don't know what you see in him.
Or like in Unforgiven, all those old cowboys, and they're just getting free sex, like freebies from the prostitutes to protect them. And then Morris Bateman.
That was real free love back then.
I used to have a buddy like that. He was in New York. You remember Edmund?
Yeah, I remember Edmund.
Edmund, you remember he used to do that bit about gratitude head?
Oh, yeah.
No, I didn't.
Edmund was a homeless dude, right?
He actually was a homeless dude, but he was real smart, and he was real like real street smart and common sense and real easy to talk to. But like, he would protect these prostitutes, and they would give him head for protecting them. And then, like, everybody started to know him, so everybody started to bring their girls to him for protection. And so, like, he actually got off the streets because he was protecting girls and getting paid to do it and getting head. That's why he had a big gratitude head. And it was like, I saw him do that bit in Costa Mesa. I saw him do that bit in fancy places. And one thing I took from it, people don't mind if you're getting free head and you're doing a good job to save them. Like, wow.
And fucking Edmund was like this long dreadlock wearing dude.
Look like the Predator.
Dreadlocks down to his waist.
Have a big coat on. He looked
skinny
like
guys. He was a small guy. He wasn't big.
no, he had a nice. He was short, but he had a nice build on him.
Yeah.
You know, but like when he was in New York City, you know, that shit just took off. And you know, he would talk about all kind of crazy stuff, and I'm like, damn, dude. He's like, dude, and he was one of those dudes, man, that you could tell he was on like this other vibe, because people caught his vibe.
Yeah.
And to this day, I still am like, you got prostitutes to give you a head while you were protecting them, and you got paid to protect them so you can move off the streets into an apartment. So you were like getting income and head.
He's a pimp, bro. That's a pimp. That's what a pimp is. Shit.
You know what I'm saying? And he wore big glasses.
He fell into pimping.
He wore big ass glasses too.
Yeah, yep.
You know, and he
I
looked
bet
like the nerdiest nerd. But like even like when we would go places, girls would like love this dude, and I'd be like, "Fuck, man, I gotta touch this dude. He's like Black Jesus and shit."
Dude, that reminds me. That shit's funny. Hey, the time we did that show in Santa Monica.
Oh yeah,
tell that story. That shit.
What, when the guy would, I was doing this joke about that joke
when they cut you off. When they cut you off.
You know, like, you know, Santa Monica is a sanctuary city, and sometimes people are like way liberal. But this was like what? This was like early 2000s.
Yeah, real early.
And I used to have this joke about homeless people being so intuitive and really have ingenuity. You know what I mean? And I was blown away by one of the first signs that said, "Why lie? I need a beer." You know what I mean? And I was just about to go into the bit, and the guy, "Hey, you can't talk about the homeless." I'm like, "What do you mean I can't talk about the homeless? Some of them are ingenious. But you can't say anything about them." I'm like, "Fuck that, man. I can talk about."
Hold on. You left out the most important part. Then what?
What part was that?
Show's over.
Yeah, I was about to say, the guy cut the mic off. But remember before that, Raw D. Lewis.
Oh yeah.
Boy, he goes up there. He was actually junior in Cool Running.
Yeah, junior.
Oh,
Cool
dang,
Runnings.
really?
Yeah, and he's like the
Feel the vibe.
smart, clean comedian.
Yeah.
You know, and you love him if you saw him, right?
I got a call.
That night, for one reason, he saw these two girls, and he jumps over the stage and he starts gyrating in front of them, and he's doing all of this ball grinding in their face and everything. And I get up and I say like 3 or 4 words, and they go, "Oh, you can't say that." And I'm like, "Man, fuck that. You know, I'm telling a joke, man. This is artistic freedom. What are you talking about? Plus, you just watched my guy stick his dick in 2 women's faces with kids."
Yeah, but that turned me on.
Yeah, but he was but he knows John Candy.
Yeah, and he has
He's
Disney
a
money.
movie star.
When you have Disney money, it's totally different.
Fucking raw.
No, going back to the homeless. I mean, no, yeah, very intuitive. You know, very, you know, I guess, you know, can adapt to any situation, any environment. I mean, I think about like the homeless people in downtown, homeless people in San Francisco, homeless people in Santa Monica. Like the homeless people in downtown, they're either like on drugs or they got like some mental health issues. The homeless people I've seen in San Francisco, they're more like a hippie homeless. Like
if you see them out here, they got hibachis and they got tents.
Yeah, they're like a hippie homeless. They're like,
Let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something. A lot of those homeless people fake the funk to get a check, man.
True.
Because I know people that do shit like that. That they said, I don't want to work ever again. So they pretend like they're 5150, like they lost their mind. They play the role. They act like they got schizophrenia. Like people are after me so they can get on Social Security and never have to work again because they can't work. Now they're labeled as crazy. They can't work. I know people that do that shit for a living, and now they get Section 8. They get a check from the government, and that's how they live their life. And then they do little odd jobs, or they make money
for the extra cash,
under the table. So,
but there are a lot of people now too who've either lost their jobs or, you know, like had the misfortune of being out on the street that are adapting. You know, like when you started seeing all of these campers popping up in LA, at first I was like, damn, there's a lot of people going camping all over the city. But people were living in those things. Yeah. And like now, like where I live in Reseda. And I live kind of like like in the middle, like not high, not low.
Yeah, but you got, depending on the park. Yeah. Depending on what park in Reseda, you'll see them all lined up.
You don't even have to go to the park anymore. You can go down by the freeway. You know what blew my mind? When I saw homeless people in Encino. Because usually places like that, they sweep the homeless people out. You know, they'll push you to a part where it's acceptable. But like where I live right now, you get off the freeway under the underpass, there are tents, there are communities, there are people like just kind of, you know, in lawn chairs kicking back, because it gets hot as hell out here. Yeah. And the freeway underpasses are like some of the coolest spots to be. I'd be like, shit, man, some of the places they're starting to camp now, I could be homeless. Could. I'd be like, man, they get donations that are nice. I mean, it sounds stupid and stuff like that, but if I couldn't make the rents, I've got my eye on some good property right now. You know?
They got that shit in Mexico City, though. I remember seeing a movie about those kids that live in the sewers. Do they still do that, Juan Carlos?
It was you and me. Hey, you remember that night me and you went to do Film LA? And people kept taking down our signs every time we put them up. Oh, and we went under the metro and we saw a whole city of people living under the underpasses on the metro by Santa Fe. I was like, fuck. That's like $1 million condos.
That's like 10 years ago.
$1 million condos and townhouses. But right across the way where they started the new construction on the bridge, if you went right underneath, you could see nothing but homeless people. I just said, oh my God.
Yeah, under the 4th Street Bridge, I think.
Yes, 4th Street, where that tire shop was. And,
you ever been there? You been there, Jose?
Even there's on 7th Street, there's the new bridge, and then there's an old bridge, and in between there, people they'll rappel down and live in between that space.
Dude, it's turning into Escape from LA, man. You know, we used to watch
society is becoming Escape from LA.
Yeah, we used to watch those movies. I used to think, fuck, man, I wonder if the future is gonna be like that. Shit, it's fucking happening. It's like,
I'm telling you, man, we're living like in that RoboCop environment. Like, have you ever seen RoboCop? Like,
but in a way,
Cathedral City or Crystal City or whatever they called it.
But in a way, like,
police come and whoop your ass.
But in a way, going back to what Trent said, it's like there can come a point where you're like, well, do I pay $2,500 a month in rent? Or do I save my $2,500, find me a little piece of property, put my camper there, and say fuck it, and save and
a lot of people were doing that, you know, because a lot of people got that same decision put in their face. Yeah. And you see a lot of, like, this is the scary part, a lot of functioning homeless people, like they look fine, everything is great. Somebody did a documentary on it, but they're functioning by living in that camper, going to the health clubs to bathe, going to different places to wash up, like bathrooms in restaurants and stuff like that. And people are just living like that. Like you said, it's starting to like become like Escape from New York or some kind of futuristic thing where there's a lot of have-nots and you are lucky to be a have right now.
Well, you know who used to do that? You remember my friend Rosendo?
Yeah.
Rosendo. So Rosendo, I don't know if you know, but he caught that spinal meningitis, man. And shriveled up, you know. But he never told me, but he never had like a steady place that he lived in, and all his stuff was in his pickup truck. So and he used to tell me, oh, I'll just knock out here, and then I'll get up in the morning, go to the 24-hour fitness, take a shower.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I remember
a lot of people used to do that too. A lot of comedians used to do that. Who was that? It was Jim Carrey. I think Burr did it.
Yeah, a gym membership's like what? $30 a month. So, you know, go in there, shower.
Steve Harvey. A lot of comedians did it, you know?
Yeah, but how long did your friend do it?
Oh, he did it for a long time, dude.
That's the difference.
Like his sister had a nice home. His sister actually is her and her husband, they're like the head honchos of the EDD, man. They're the ones that approve your shit or deny it.
Damn.
I mean, we talk about these people like it's a weird thing, but humankind has been a homeless species. We aren't born under a roof. We're monkeys that roam the land and get food and fuck under the stars. This is unnatural. I mean, like people are a lot of these people they live not happily, but they find a way to adapt to and find some joy in their life.
Yeah.
Especially if people help them out, which more and more it is happening. Like there's need to be like a middle ground between just being a slave to a corporation or a shitty job, or you're addicted to opioids. And imagine how sucky it would be to be addicted to opioids and not be homeless. You know, you keep your job, you get on early, nobody knows.
Yeah.
Fucking torture. Like
It's was it like functional addictions and functional alcoholics or something like that? Yeah.
A lot of those too.
Shit, functional gayness.
Again, look at you go backpedal right into it. Right into it.
I used to be a marijuano until I kidnapped myself and locked myself in the trunk. After that,
That's a crazy story, dude. This is back before it was legal. Back before
Kush.
before it was legal.
Yeah, you used to hang out. What was it? You used to hang out with that dude, and they used to sell it, and then.
Oh yeah,
What was the story?
One of the Santa Ana boys. Remember we used to do El Patio?
Yeah, we used to do comedy out there.
And I hate to mention names, so like with this one, I won't mention names.
Yeah, don't mention names.
But like one of the comedians I used to hang out, used to have a buddy that was a D-boy in Santana. And that one night I went down there, and he would always hook us up, show us love, everything.
Yeah.
And one night he had like some purple shit. You know, I don't know why drug dealers love to sell purple shit to black people, but
powder.
As soon as they get it, they want to try it on us. Hey, I got this grape shit that's good.
That's racist. Don't give me no purple shit.
No, well, what's going on right now? It's not the purple. It's called the Obama runs. That's what's going on right now.
See, and I wouldn't even touch half the stuff today because this was like 11 years ago or something like that. But it had a nice grape taste to it. But as soon as I hit it, my lungs said, "Oh shit!" I thought that this snub-nosed pit bull, this gray pit bull, just looked at me like. I said, "Man!" And then I got so high that I thought, "Man, if I drive, I'm gonna get pulled over by the police. You know, my family will be called. I'll be fucked up and embarrassed that way." And I couldn't stay there because I was like, I'm in Anaheim. They'll call the police. So I was like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do?
Yeah, you didn't want to sleep in the car. Like,
yeah, because,
inside.
You know, like I was right under a sign that said suspicious characters will be reported. And guess who's suspicious?
You know? Good old USA.
wrong skin tone.
Couldn't even sleep in the car.
Nobody in Mexico is such a piece of shit to have that sign.
Yeah, if you were white, they'd bring you a blanket, a cup of cocoa.
But I just heard a voice that said, "Get in the trunk." And I was so high, another voice said, "Yeah." And I got in the trunk, and I slept. And when I woke up in the morning, I was still high, but I knew I could drive home at that point. But the minute I popped out, I scared this old lady, and she was Latina. She was like, "Ay, pinche mayates."
Nah, she did not say that.
She did.
No, she didn't. Did she?
Did. She
did.
My God. To this day, I turned that into a bit because I was like, man, only in my life. And I got home around 8 and I had to go to work at like 10 and I was still buzzed. And then just like the DJ Quick song, that next night we're doing the same old thing because you know tonight's the night.
So funny thing is, here in the United States, or in Los Angeles, to be exact, the term mayate is used by like gangbangers and those of like-mindedness as a negative term towards black people. But in Mexico,
yeah, and in the South,
mayate means something else.
It means gay.
It means
like
gay.
Really?
No, it means gay.
I know, like in some places, it means those big bugs too.
No. Yeah, that's what they are. But they would never refer to a black person as a mayate unless he was gay. Like they
did not know that.
So in Mexico, they'll say, "Oh, where's Trenton? Ah, he's over there with his mayate." That means you're over there with your gay lover.
Mm.
So it's totally different. So that's a term that was created here in the States that doesn't exist in Mexico. So that's the big misconception.
I think
I
the
was
reason
in
is that
Anaheim, so
there
I know
there's
what
not
it meant.
there's not a lot of black people in Mexico City. There is, but there's very few. But there's a lot of gay people. There's always been gay culture in Mexico City ever since
Everywhere.
the Aztecs. But Mexico City has been a city since the year 1300. You know, like it's a very old city, and there's like very old ties between very old peoples, and you're more liberal, and you have because mayate means like you're a kept man. He's my boy, you know.
Really?
Yeah, my
Remember, there used to be a lot of man-boy relationships in a lot of Latin areas.
tell me about
You
it.
have
I'm from
Rome.
Acapulco.
So the only thing I can relate this to is I watched this corny show called 90 Day Fiance, and one of the 90 Day Fiancés is this 54-year-old white man
No neck.
who has no, that's a no neck Ed. That's somebody
Okay.
else. This is a new season. It's a 54-year-old white boy with 3 kids because he was married and had kids, and he's going to Mexico with his gay lover, boyfriend, whatever, and his daughter. So they both have children. They're both gay, and they both were in marriages. And now the American guy's going to Mexico. And I was like, what the heck? So I guess Catman is this guy, you know, this guy coming from the U.S. to Mexico. Is he keeping this guy?
That's the best deal ever. I mean, if straight people could get that deal, I mean, you get to fuck around. I mean, you live in one apartment with your wife, and then you live in another apartment with your girlfriend, and you're like a kept man, and you can do whatever you want, and your wife
Hey.
doesn't give a fuck.
That's called the Church of Latter-day Saints.
Or the download, because there's a lot of guys that, like, the last 10, 15 years, especially in Atlanta, like, as a kid growing up, like I said, I'm in my 50s. So as a kid growing up, my grandmother had gay friends. And those gay friends were men who had come out after having, you know, a wife and kids, and they decided they like men. Well, of course, they're in their late 40s, they're in their late 50s. Guess who they turn to? The young, studly white guys, or the young, studly men. A lot of my grandmother's friends were older gay black men, but there were a few white gay men too. But they kept their boyfriends. You know what I mean? When I say kept, they made sure they were nicely dressed, and they gave them all the things. And even living in San Francisco, I saw that culture and was given the opportunity to be a part of that culture. But I was never that broke, and I like pussy. Sorry.
Oh man, what a compliment!
Yeah, I know. You know,
I was never that broke.
and I like pussy. You know
You
what I
were
mean? But
you were talking about I'm sorry, but I gotta tell you this, because before this podcast, I was doing my own podcast in Spanish. I was talking to a comedian friend, and he had that job you were talking about, taking care of the prostitutes. Like he worked at a call center, and he knew a guy, and he gave him a shot to be the guy who just gets the money from the prostitutes. And the fun fact is that there were like trans prostitutes, sex workers, I'm sorry, and women cis sex workers. The champion was the trans sex worker. 15 guys one night,
Damn,
which I think it's
crap.
like I think that's a great
commendable.
work
That's very
work
commendable.
ethic. I gotta tell you, my friend wasn't, like he didn't slap anybody. He was just a guy in a car. I mean, he told you, just get in the car, be in the car. And my friend didn't ever think he might get murdered, but he just did. I mean, like, and that's it.
you remember the rise
I
of
just
the glory
derailed
hole?
the show.
No,
Sorry.
no. You remember George Michael? He got
In
busted having
in the
sex in the
restroom, yeah.
bathroom.
Yeah.
That whole thing was taken off. It's probably longer, like New York. It was probably going on back then, but like it really, when I first came to Los Angeles, but also in San Francisco, Berkeley area, like those kind of glory hole clubs were like really starting to take off in the late 80s, early 90s and shit like that. And you would see, like guys going around cruising to find glory hole spots. And one thing about me, I've held many jobs as I have done this journey of mine. But one of the things I used to do was drive taxi cabs, and I knew where to take the guys or the girls to hook up. And so,
Right.
like I could tell you, like even up until about maybe 10 years ago, that pho place on 4th and I want to say
It's a pho.
Winston. It's a pho place downtown on 4th and Winston.
Okay.
Oh, I know where that's at. Yeah.
There used to be a little bathhouse right down the street, and that old door right less than 20 yards away. There used to be a bathhouse right there. I get in my little car. Somebody want to go someplace? Oh, I know the place right here. Boom. And you have to say the password and do all that stuff. And man,
Is that how you found? Is that how you discovered Bar 107?
What was Bar 107?
You took me there.
It's on 4th.
On 4th. Remember?
On 4th and Main.
I used to be like me. I like meeting girls randomly, and I like going to places where the energy is good. So I would fall into different places in the early 2000s. I mean, I would fall into places in Venice. I would fall into places downtown. That's probably like we had to drop notifications off at those places. Yeah. So you walk inside one of those places and you see all these hot girls and the vibe is good. You go, shit, when I get off of work, I'm going to come back to this spot. And
dude, I remember working Film LA, and I'd go do it at night. And I'm over here stepping over homeless people, excuse me, for sticking them on the wall. So Film LA, Juan Carlos, is the company, I think I told you guys, but it's the company that the production companies would pay to get permits to film in different parts of Los Angeles.
It's the main one.
Yeah, it's the main one. So then it's a scam, but but we'd have to go put up the little signs on the wall saying, "Hey,
$5,000 a month just posting up shit."
Just putting up like we got paid mileage.
Porn, dude.
Yeah, we
get any shoot. A porn shoot. Hey, Cisco, man, they shooting some porn. Come over here.
Yeah. So we would stick up the notices saying there's gonna be filming here on certain date. You can't park certain date from this time to this time. And we also delivered the permits directly to the production company. So like he said, sometimes you'd go and they're shooting a porn and you're dropping off the permit because they just paid for the permit, but shooting was started like a couple hours ago. So you walk in with the permit, and then and it's like action, and you're like, you're standing there like, holy shit.
When I told him about the job, I was like, hey man, the cool part is, you get to go on all the movie shoots and you get to be free food and you see some naked bitches too at the pornos. He's like, all right, cool, I'm in.
Yeah. No, that was funny because then the PA would be like, hey, grab something to eat if you want. I'm like, nah, I want to watch this fucking over here.
Plus, I don't know who touched the food.
I'm not worried about the donuts right now. Shit.
Actually, the food was pretty good. I had gotten so relaxed and so known. I would walk in sometime and they'd be like, oh, Trent, just go ahead and grab something in the kitchen. And one time, they always say some shit like, oh, we got some fresh sandwiches and some chicken. One time I was like, oh, yeah, I got some chicken. I walked in one time in the kitchen and I got a sandwich and I got all that shit, right? This is how I knew I was in too deep and I needed to get out of this.
Right.
I got a sandwich and I got some chicken and I'm walking around and I'm looking at the fucking in one room, but then in the other room, there's a director and they got the audio looking at the clip and everything like that. And they're like, Trent, come in here. And I'm standing there in the middle of the two. I'm watching it on audio and I'm looking at the live fucking going on and I'm eating chicken. And I'm thinking, man, this is a great portion of my life right here that I must get away from before I become entrapped in this shit and never want to leave.
Dude, there used to be a rumor that you were a porn star.
Who, me?
Yeah. All the
me? Yes. Who else are we talking to?
I did. A couple of them, man. I had to pay some rent. I told you that one time.
I didn't know that. I told you about that one time. Other comedians used to say.
I think he was in a Big Wet Butts 4.
No, comedians used to say, oh, Trenton used to do porn. I'm like, no, he did. He never told me that. I hang out with you.
I did, let's see. I did one like porno, which turned out to be porno for men. But when we got there, I told you about that.
What do you mean porno for men? What does that mean, porno for men?
Yeah, it was a, like a masturbation kind of deal.
Oh, okay.
And then when we got there, it was funny because like I was like, wait a minute, Mr. February from so and so and this. 'Cause I used to be in real good shape.
Yeah.
And when we got there, I started looking at all these dudes, and I'm like, all right, I don't see no women. And then I go, oh, it's gay porn. And so I asked the one dude, I said, are you gay? And he was like, nah, man, I just need the money. I was like, cool, we gonna hang out. so
Dude, that reminds me of
there. And this is why I love being black sometimes. I love being black all the time, but sometimes being black is so good. We get there, there's like 3 girls, and the director says, okay, I can only hire 2 of them for fluffers. So you guys are gonna have to pick. And I just pulled the black card. Well, I want this one right here. Everybody goes, all right, she's cool. Then she was so cool with me. She's like, oh, I thank you so much. I really needed this job. Anytime you need your dick sucked before a scene, or even if you want
gratitude.
She was like, I'll do it. And I was like, man, once again, I'm in some shit I need to get out of before I get hooked on this shit.
Dude, that remind me of that episode of Sanford and Son where they get called in to act in a movie or a movie.
Yeah.
You ever seen that one?
Yeah.
And it's a porno, like they're reading the script. Even Red Fox gets hired.
Oh, you showed me this. Yeah.
And they're reading the script and they just keep looking at each other like, hey man, this is a nudie. That's what they say. We gotta get out of here, son. It's gonna get rated.
If you want to know anything about Sanford and Son, this guy right here, boxing and Sanford and Son, he's very topical on a lot of things. But boxing and Sanford and Son, that's a walking catalog right there.
Oh, dude, that's my favorite show right there. Dude. My idol, Red Fox. You big dummy.
Man. His best joke.
Which one?
Man, they keep talking about stop smoking. I'm not going to stop smoking. Shoot, my friend stopped smoking. 2 days later, he got hit by a tobacco truck.
Oh, yeah. That's old school right there. That's old school right there.
Red Fox he came on stage with
Yes.
It's a TV show because that was his TV show, Sanford and Son.
Yes.
That was a theme song.
Yo, Cisco, could you tell the story? You know the story, right?
Which
like
one?
he did a show in Vegas, and he had the full band. Could you tell it, please?
I don't know the show. Well, what's the story though? I don't.
The story is that he had a full band. He was in a tuxedo, and they started playing, the theme song, and he came on, and there were like 5 people on watching the show. So he said, "Fuck this." And he came on stage and they played him out like ba, ba, ba,
Oh yeah, I did hear that story. I did hear. Yeah, I said I ain't fucking performing for no fucking 5 people, and he walked out. Dude, well, because people used to come see Red Fox, and they thought he was the old black guy from the TV show. And they'd be like, "Pussy this and pussy that, and fucking ass," and then people were like, "Oh shit, let's get out of here."
But then you remember too, he used to have that Las Vegas Review, and for a long time he had a lot of people because like when he started, there were certain things you couldn't say. So he was like one of the dirty comedians. That's why Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy really gave him homage. Yeah. If you watch Harlem, what is it, the Harlem Club?
Harlem Nights.
They were going back 3 generations to show you, like Richard Pryor got it from, Red Fox, down the line like that. Because like at that time, I think Lenny Bruce was pushing it a little bit, but Red Fox was known as, first he was doing stuff and he couldn't make a living. And then he stumbled onto the dirty shit and then, woo, you got to wash your ass.
Not your whole ass, but your asshole. How could you lay there in bed telling somebody I love you, knowing damn well you haven't washed your ass? But that was the name of his album.
Yep.
You gotta wash your ass.
Yep.
But dude, he used to. I didn't know this shit. He used to run with what's his name?
Malcolm X?
No, well, the other guy, the gangster dude.
Farrakhan? No, sorry.
No, not the one that Malcolm X was friends with.
Oh, Bumpy Johnson.
From Bumpy Johnson.
Oh yeah.
So Red Fox used to run with Bumpy Johnson, bro.
The circle was so small back then. If you were like a major hitter, like you don't even know Cisco, when we came up, shit, man, we were running around dope dealers and gangbangers and stuff like that. If you were back then, it was like you knew everybody in the black circle. So they could be like the dope dealer, they could be the mayor, they could be this, they could be that. If you were like an A-list entertainer or somebody that everybody knew, man, people just were like, hey, come to my table, buy you drinks. Cisco would tell you, we used to go places, man. I remember one time I went someplace and this guy was like, yeah, we're gonna have a party here. And this fool was passed out. And first thing he said to us when we got to his house, he was still awake at that point. He said, hey, if somebody comes, just tell everybody you went to school with me, because they'll kill everybody in here, not knowing who you guys are.
What the heck?
I don't remember that shit. You didn't tell me.
Well, I can say that was with Jeff Garcia and Edwin San Juan.
Oh, I
They
thought that was
broke bricks and everything.
Yeah,
but
I wasn't there. Fuck
you
that.
and I, we were hanging around. We would go
No.
to places, the Mongols, and like all kinds of crazy shit. Hey, don't mess with this guy because this guy right here is this. Hey, this guy right here want to buy you guys some drinks. Oh, okay.
Dude, I've been places where like the Hell's Angels, the Bong. I mean, fuck. But I don't know they're gonna be there. I'm just performing, and I show up. I'm like, dude. I once did a show in, I want to say Corona, but it wasn't in. It was like between Corona and Lake Elsinore, and I remember I got off the freeway. We got off the freeway, went under the freeway, made a right, and then the fucking pavement ended, and we just kept going straight on dirt roads.
What the hell?
And then we ended up at some saloon, like an old school saloon. I remember at the end of the night, some fucking dude who had his teeth sharpened, like vampire teeth, sharpened, is reading my arm, telling me he's a vampire.
Oh.
And he's telling me I'm gonna have a long life. He's reading my hand. He's tracing my arm. I'm like, holy, what the fuck is going on here? I just came to tell jokes. I didn't come here for this shit.
It was all kinds of people.
Like the movie. It was kind of like the movie Roadhouse. No, like the movie, not Roadhouse. The movie, the one with Selena, fucking, what's her name? La mexicana, güey, que baila con la culebra, con la víbora.
Salma Hayek.
Salma Hayek.
Oh, From Dusk Till Dawn.
It was like that, like From Dusk Till Dawn, like that shit right there.
Yep.
And I was like, what the fuck? But I remember I did good. That's why the guy was fucking reading my arm.
That was the rule. You do good, carte blanche. You do bad, shit, you better leave right after that. Collect your money and get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, I remember I did. I don't, honestly, bro, it's like, I think back on it and it seems like a dream. Like if I look on the map, that place doesn't even fucking exist. Like seriously,
Damn.
That's what it feels like. It was just crazy, dude.
Yeah,
But
there was a lot of places, man, that were like, I remember we used to do them at the strip clubs. And, like there was a guy, I think you went out there, Cisco, the guy who was like in Upland or something like that. It was two Mexican brothers. They owned a bar. And man, the bar would close. We would have a great show. The bar would close. As soon as the bar closed, that's when the real drinking started and shit.
That's everywhere, bro.
Oh,
that was everywhere. That's even in Mexico City, man. Fucking beer hall, dude. As soon as the show was over, people left. The owner would close it up.
The owner got a wife, so that was over. No after party after that.
Really?
1 o'clock, you get the check. 2 o'clock, you're out the building.
Oh, no more after parties?
Waco was the place. 4 o'clock, because in Mexico City, bars have to close at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
So they
I didn't know that.
No, they pull down the gate, and you have a private party.
Oh yeah, I was there. We were there one night too. We did that.
Yeah.
You guys were playing Michael Jackson and shit. I remember that. This is when the stand-up community was smaller, because like you, Ese Way, his wife, I think Fran was there. Monica was there. It was the day before I was leaving. And if Macario took me, and we were having a good time. But I remember you guys kept playing Michael Jackson songs.
We like Michael Jackson.
I was like, too many.
You still
I like.
him?
I'm like, I like Michael too, but shit, come on, we don't have to play the whole Thriller album.
Why not? It's Michael Jackson, man. Michael Jackson's undefeated and acquitted on all charges. So
Yeah, it's human nature. Yeah, we were playing deep cuts and everything.
No,
Yeah.
but
It was great because it was like there was one time because it was a bar that nobody went to that bar,
yeah,
but it was open Saturday night. So all the places that had stand-up shows around the place, because it was like Soho or something like Manhattan or the Village, more like the Village.
Yeah,
they all went to this place because he was open all night. And I remember one time I was after my show and there was nobody at the bar, and they already pulled down the gate. And a comedian friend, Pablo Araiza, there was like a little window, said, I got Ricardo Farril's party. Can we come here? Yeah. 100 people came in. Ricardo Farril is a comedian who's very famous in Mexico, in the country.
Yeah, he got famous off Vines. I remember that shit.
Yeah, but he got a Netflix special. He has like.
But it started on Vines. That's where he blew up. I remember he had fucking million, like a million followers on Vine.
See, that's the thing about Vine and Snapchat. It's like for the ADD generation. Like, you give me 6 seconds, you give me 7 seconds, and I'm going to give you, really quick content. But can you really be on stage and, tell me a story? And
that's crazy how Vine just died out. Like, I think Instagram stories killed it, huh? What was it?
I want to say, yeah. I remember when Vine was coming out, and my cousin was like, "Oh, you should get on Vine. You should get on Vine." And I was like, "Nah, I mean, what is it? Just 6 seconds? Like, it's like the preview to like all the porno like websites I go to. It's like they give me like the best. They give me the best 13 seconds, and that's it. Like, eh."
But there was some pretty creative people, dude, for fucking 6 seconds. I used to trip out. I'd be like,
even now with the Snapchat too.
Yeah, I'm not on Snapchat, bro.
I'm still trying to figure out TikTok. I still can't.
I'm not on that either. I mean, fucking, too many young people on there.
I'm bored in the house.
I don't want people going, why is this dude on here? I don't want people wondering that shit.
It's not our coach.
I don't like that. It's about
I'm recruiting.
That's Rodney.
Shit, I'm recruiting football players, man.
That sounded like Rodney Dangerfield.
I'm recruiting over here.
Wasn't he one of your favorites too, Cisco?
I love Rodney. I could listen to Rodney.
I can listen to Rodney too.
But you know what? It's one thing about one-liner comics. I could listen to them for about 15 minutes, laugh my ass off, and then it's kind of like, oh, it's just joke after joke after joke. Where, like, people like Pryor and Chappelle, I can listen to them for hours, bro, because they're telling you stories and they're telling you real shit, and there's fucking humor on top of that.
Hey,
can we jump into this Dave Chappelle 846 or 846?
Oh,
846. Can we get into that?
I saw that shit.
Seen it?
Yeah.
Oh, Carlos, did you see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, he's a very interesting guy to listen to. I mean, like comedian. If you're a comedian, you have to be, I think, a lot of times interesting before you're funny.
Absolutely.
Like your personality is what makes you worthwhile to listen to. You get that people trust you, and then you drop the jokes. It's not about, you're not a like a
That's
clown.
the best are interesting before they're funny. And the guy who told me that gave me, look, it's funny. I said, hey man, give me some advice on comedy. Cause I looked up to him, it was Tony Woods. And Tony Woods said, first advice is don't listen to any motherfucker who gives you advice. That's what he told me. He goes, but if I give you some advice, he goes, I'll give you the advice. No, somebody else Tony Woods told somebody else, and that person told me. He said, be interesting, because people will accept interesting even if you're not funny. The funny will come. And I was like, fuck yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And the best comedians are the interesting ones.
And if you look at that special, Dave Chappelle is a comedian, but that was more of like
storytelling.
Yeah, and rants.
I was going to get into that. I was going to get into it.
I can see him working that out, You know what I mean? And you know Chappelle, he's gonna deliver. But at the same time, I thought to myself while I was watching it, damn, how great it is that people want to see you pontificate, just
True.
to hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like anybody else, I was like, man, I don't know if I could have held them that long. But you could feel that they wanted to hear everything he had to say. And then him saying shit like, you know, like he talked about the LAPD officer that went ballistic.
Yeah.
He talked
Daryl
about
Gardner.
things happening on his birthday or the
Daryl
time
Gardner.
he was born. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, the way he tied all that together in a rant. I said, man, when he finished this right here, you know, because he even said, you know, they expect me to come out and say something. But how am I going to come out and say something when the streets are talking and the streets got something to say? You're like, whoa.
And he said, and when have I never said anything? He said,
Exactly.
if you know me, you know, but I'm saying, like,
No, so that's what I was going to say. I'm like, so here's my hot take.
Hold on real quick. It's crazy how people want to hear what he has to say. And I put him on a level like people want to hear what Obama has to say. It's fucking, and he's a comedian, bro. Yeah. And he's on, dude, Chappelle could run for president. I ain't fucking lying.
He won the Kennedy Award.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So here's a hot take. I watched it. I didn't like it. I was like, okay, everything he was saying, it's one of those things that's like, okay, everything he was saying, like I already knew. And
yeah, but what are you expecting? You don't like it. Why? What were you expecting? What do you expect?
Okay,
well, he's a comedian, right?
So,
I mean,
yeah, so, okay. No, he's a comedian, right? So he's like, oh, I got pussy jokes too and everything. I was like, okay, you know, that's funny. And yeah, he's going to rant and he's going to say his point of view and he's going to, you know, pontificate on, you know, making similarities between his birthday and his great-grandfather being part of another person that went to the White House like Frederick Douglass. Okay, cool. I get that. But I'm one that anytime I go on YouTube, the first thing I do, because I'm a radio podcast type guy. I like to hear instead of visualize. So the first thing I did, I started going through the comments. And, you know, there's a bunch of dick writing and they're like, oh, he's the greatest and this and that and blah, blah, blah. The thing I got from this special is, okay, not only is he a great storyteller, but he can bring everybody in and, you know, come full circle, like on a political point of view. But what I found out on the comments is I got a link to a George Carlin one that was saying the exact same thing in 1957 about, you know, police and you don't rat on your family, you don't rat on this and blah, blah, blah. And it was like, I was like, oh man. So it was kind of one of those things where it's like, okay, this is something he said from a black man's point of view, but this has also been said from a white Catholic, you know, person's point of view also, that was seeing the same similarities back in Boston.
I'm sorry,
George
Carlin's view was a black view. I mean, I think he will tell you that he identified more with black people than white people.
He always said that. George Carlin always.
He was a hipster. He was a beatnik, you know, like.
Yeah, and so I didn't know. I mean, I knew George Carlin from like gray, balding. I didn't know George Carlin with the comb over and the suit type thing. And I was like, oh man, like this is totally new to me. So when I was watching the Chappelle, I was like, okay, great point of view, you know, cool. I get, like, you know, again, it's one of those things, like I kind of already knew where he was going with this. Like I knew the Derek Gardner story. Like I knew he was part of the manifesto. I knew the day of the Grammys with Kobe Bryant. Like I knew all of that. So it's one of those things like, it's like, I get.
Yeah, but
like,
you know about his grandfather? Did you know about his grandfather? Did you know about his birthday?
I didn't even know about I didn't even know about the Kobe Bryant. I didn't know about any of that. So I'm listening to this, and from a comedy standpoint, not a real funny comedy special.
No.
But as an interesting point of something to listen to, I was like, ugh. And then I was like, when he does put it all together, because you know Chappelle is brilliant. You know, Dick Gregory said the same things in the 60s and the 50s.
Yeah, that's another one. Dick Gregory, man. Like him.
Dick Gregory, very underestimated, bro.
Yeah, no. I caught Dick Gregory on his like political, like open-minded type stuff. I didn't know he was like a comedian back in the day.
Comedian, bro. One of the best.
I didn't. Yeah, so going back again, like when I started going, like that's one of the things I love to do. Like I'll hit play on a YouTube video and I'll start reading all the comments and I'm like, all right, you know, like let me see, and then there's links and I'll start like, you know, deep diving, going through.
Yeah, but the guy commenting, what the fuck is he risking? What the fuck is he risking?
I see what you're saying.
What is he?
There's a lot of dick riding.
What is he putting on the line?
No.
What does he have to lose?
No.
Like,
But here's the thing.
The thing about America is they like to go online and tear people down when they're at the top. They like
But
to tear them down.
Here's the thing. To your point, I see what you're saying, because there's a lot of dick riding. And when you get past that, you start seeing some real depth in the comments. And you start finding links. People will go, oh, if you want to hear about something else that was going on, Chappelle is kind of piggybacking on, boom. Or you want to hear about something that's got some weight, listen to this guy. I found so many comedians by looking past the dick riders and listening to people who really appreciated the art and who could give you constructive criticism. Oh, you should check this out, or you should check this out, because that's our job. I'm going to do stuff that sounds like Chappelle too, but I've also lived the era. I've seen Chappelle. I've seen Dick Gregory. I've seen Lenny Bruce, who's one of my favorites also. I've seen Bill Cosby. Even though Bill Cosby is portrayed as mom and pop type of guy, Bill Cosby had some shit.
Bill Cosby was a shit, bro. Bill Cosby is a fucking dude. I mean, yeah, put aside the rape.
There you go. There you go. But this cancel culture would have you go, oh, get rid of him. Don't listen to him. But it's like this. Even from an idiot, you can learn if you listen.
Word up.
A lot of people want to say, oh, dismiss this guy or cancel this guy. I even saw an article today where Spike Lee was dismissing Woody Allen. And I'm like, you know, not dismissing Woody Allen. He was defending Woody Allen because the cancel culture is trying to cancel him out.
Yeah.
Oh, he was defending Woody Allen. Okay, I thought you said.
Yeah, and you say what you want to say about Woody Allen, but Woody Allen had a point of view. That's what a lot of people in this world lack.
Adopt and marry.
It's if you look at the racial divide right now, people can't tell right from wrong anymore. They're being told what's right. They're being told what's wrong.
I think it's the other way. People are too quick to point what's right and what's wrong, but people don't have access to the truth.
Or to
people don't know,
because you can investigate too. We live in a technical society where anything I want to know to do research, I gotta look it up.
Yeah, but you look it up and you don't trust the sources. You're like left hanging, you know, like looking for
just one source. Why not many sources? See, there used to be a point in time when I used to listen to things, and like you, I don't trust the source. So I have to look at the source. I have to look at when it's printed. That's called investigative critical thinking. And a lot of people aren't willing to do that. That's why these opportunists are easily able to manipulate their minds.
Well, that's because people look up sources that defend their stance. Rather than
it's like I got a YouTube video. No, I got a YouTube video. No, I got a YouTube video.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of being open-minded and
to present the facts like artists are supposed to do. You know, it's just gotten to a point now where this is my point of view, so I'm going to get 50 things to support my point of view. And if I see 10 things over here, I don't see them.
Well, look, man, I'm the kind of person that, you know, a lot of comedians, they get jaded by comedy, and they don't. What was once funny to them is not funny anymore. And I'm the kind of guy I was just watching Mr. Bean with my kids.
I never liked it.
And I'm laughing I don't give a fuck. I'm laughing my ass off watching Mr. Bean. I'm like, this is the dumbest motherfucker that made millions of dumb shit. But
you know who owes a lot to Mr. Bean?
Oh,
the French Minds.
Mr. Rice.
They're LA guys, so you may know them. They're very famous, obviously. Like Tim and Eric, all that mugging, that's Mr. Bean. Yeah. Like when the fat lady falls over or whatever, it's the same as that very alternative.
Or Benny Hill.
There you go. Like
Benny Hill, that's before Mr. Bean.
I think of Mr. Bean. I think of like those French Minds. You know, like they just gotta use their facial expressions.
But what I'm trying to say, I haven't been. My sense of humor has not changed. I can appreciate all comedy, man. Like I don't go like, like I'm not that dude. Like, that's funny. No, I fucking laugh. I'm genuine with my laughter. It don't change. I'm still a comedy fan.
Oh,
I'm not. I've been on stage and I've experienced what it's like to bomb. I've experienced what it's like to kill. I've experienced
We've all done that, Cisco.
I've experienced what it's like to fucking force people to laugh when they don't want to laugh. Like, fuck, that's like, you know, when there's 5 people in the room, you're like, God damn, man. Here we go again.
I want to say the major thing I got from Dave Chappelle's comedy special is like one of the best storytellers, hands down. Great, like.
But
I
it's
guess
beyond the story. I'm sorry, Jose.
Go ahead.
It's beyond the story. It's like a Dave Chappelle special, like the framework without the jokes. Like he could have filled in 2 weeks with jokes, with funny jokes between them, because there's a storyline, there's a through line, you know. It's like releasing only the part of the story about the pimp, you know, at the end of the other special. So he's very generous. I mean, it's like he's so confident and generous and loving that he's sharing. I bet that night he did an hour or 2 hours of comedy. Yeah. But he left us this part because this is the important part. Oh, and convinced that he's funny. He's gonna give us a special in like 6 months. I mean, you can count on it. It's like he's so confident that's like, take this. This is like the silence before the joke. Take the silence because it's interesting too.
No, and think about he signed that Netflix deal, so he has to. But think about oblige contractually.
He signed another one.
When he did this next Netflix deal, he signed up for 4. He did those 2 right off the bat, and I think he has like 2 more. And I think
he's already done them. He's already done them all, dude.
Yeah,
he's already done them all. He's got like 4 or 5 already on Netflix. One was like a 2-parter. Because he did the anyways. What I was gonna say,
one with like a 2-part,
What I was gonna say was that you think about the timing of filming this fucking special in the middle of some shit that we're going through. Not
pandemic, racial tension.
Yeah. Who else is filming fucking specials right now? And who else could get an audience to come see them during a special?
And he did it in his hometown too.
Oh yeah, that was key.
You know dude, he's the GOAT to me, man.
The cool part about it is, like right now, he could have done something very crafty and very funny, but it's not the time yet. Him doing it right now, pop the cap open, because like you said, Cisco, he's the GOAT. So you watch what the GOAT does, or you watch a Bill Burr, or you watch somebody who has some kind of weight, who has a pulse on everything socially, funny-wise, and, you know, socially. And so for him, I looked at this and I could just see him at times holding back when he talked about Candace Owens pussy and Azalea Banks. You know, that was him going into his natural sphere, but saying no.
Yeah, he held back. You could tell. Right,
I want to bring you back to something else. You know, even when he talked in his monologue about Bradley Cooper and going to the White House and, you know, he used to take the bus there and all that other stuff. This is what Cisco does. This is what I've always tried to do. You know, I like to be goofy and dumb and all of that, but sometimes you just want to make people go, ha, 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 ha.
Yeah.
And if you can do that and have the same kind of confidence and the same kind of, you know, moxie, you'll be relevant. Because what I saw from him was, I already know I can tell jokes, but you've been asking for me to speak. Let me share my impression with you. And
how many comedians are comfortable enough in their own skin to do shit like that?
And remember what he said? He said, you guys know I'm not going to lie to you. Institutions lie to you. And at the end of the day, that's what comedy is. Can I tell this motherfucker's lying, or is he telling the truth? Yeah, that's some heavy shit, but that's funny. When we saw Chris Rock, that old lady is so racist. She looks out her window, dials 911 and waits. You're like,
oh, fuck. No, the reason I mentioned Chris Rock was I just recently saw Head of State where he was running for president. This is back in 2004, and then he had R.I.P. Bernie Mac on there. And then I saw the other one. What is it? Heaven Can Wait, which is a remake of an old
football film, The Rams.
Yeah, and so
Warren Beatty.
with Warren Beatty. But you know, Chris Rock, Chris Rock was tapping all on this back in 2004. And I was like, damn, pre-Obama, pre-all this, like he was already tapped into it. Yeah.
That was 90 something. Born Suspect was like one of the first ones that got me. But it never gets old because this is a truth that needs to be said. And somebody's always gonna have the truth. Somebody's always gonna have the truth.
When I went to Chicago, I went to an open mic, and I was talking to the open micers that were people have been doing it like 2-3 years. A white guy, a man he was from Port-au-Prince, I think, and another white man, a veteran, but he was 26 years old. Everybody was
from Haiti. He's from Haiti.
No, the other guy, the veteran, the 26 year.
Port-au-Prince, that's Haiti, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
And they were talking that they hated police, and they were talking about things that even as a Mexican, I hadn't heard. Like a policeman has the power to, you know, like take your wallet, take your card, and get the money out of the card. Like they can just take your money. I mean, like they can just seize your property and keep it. You know, like, and in Mexico you get, at least you know that he's a criminal. You know it's not legal. You know. Mm-hmm. At least in Mexico, you say, okay, this, I'm just being robbed, you know, like this is bad luck. this isn't the system.
What you call it, Cisco? Jaywalking?
Jaywalking, yeah.
It's like, yeah, pour out the beers and go
That's
have fun.
I used to do that joke about in TJ where the police pulled me over, and it's like, why are you stopping me? Oh, you were yaywalking. Like, yaywalking? Yeah, we saw you, and we said, yeah, we got one.
Yeah, gringo.
Yeah, pinche gringo. Yay, como dicen ustedes, yay. Aquí chingamos.
Ya se armó, hijo de
yeah,
fucking madre.
Dude, dude,
but
everybody.
I think what we're seeing now, you know, before, you know, like with the advent of all this social media and stuff like that, you know, like black and brown people have been saying this forever. You know, the police are out of control. But you would always hear, oh, it's just a few bad apples, or no, maybe you were doing something and this is why they came on like that. But now you're starting to see, And I pulled up a video that was like 4 years old, but I pulled it up because not many people saw it. This police officer in Mesa, Arizona, basically executed this guy for not following his order to the T. And the guy was trying to follow the order and he was scared shitless. And the guy was white. And the funny thing is, nobody saw this video. And
the guy got killed was white? The guy got killed?
Yeah. They lit his ass up.
Damn.
You can see it on my Facebook. You know, look at Young Turks. They lit his ass up and nobody was held accountable for that.
Did he have a mullet? Did he look like Theo Vaughn?
You know, the bad part about this guy, they called on him because he was like a pest control guy or something like that. And he had like a pellet gun and some people saw him with the pellet gun. And,
oh, man.
You know, but the SWAT team came in. The guy's like, I want you to lay on your belly and I want you to put your left foot over your right foot. And I want you to, and you understand if you don't do exactly what I tell you to do, you're going to be shot. The first thing I'm thinking in my head is, if they will do that to a white man,
yeah,
God help a person of color.
God.
And
well,
here's like an execution.
Here's my comparison. My comparison, it's like there's a movie, a Mexican movie I saw one time called La Ley de Herodes. Mm-hmm. And that movie was about how every politician starts off with the right purpose, but somehow gets corrupted along the way. And I think police officers are the same. It's like they join the police force thinking, you know what, I'm going to change shit. I'm sure there's some that join and say, fuck it, you know, fuck everybody. And it's just me. And if a motherfucker runs, I'm shooting, whatever. But I think the majority that join want to make a difference in the communities. And they get corrupted by the system because it's all fucked up. They make you, dude, you get, it's like I said, the politicians, like a politician in Mexico, if you don't become corrupted, you get killed. And if you become corrupted, you go to jail eventually.
Yeah, what was it? I heard it was like bullets or
plata o plomo.
You know, like you had a choice.
That was Escobar. That was Escobar. That was Escobar.
I got 2 points on that. So going back to what Trent said, it was a white guy that got killed. going back to the Dave Chappelle said, I got pulled over by this cop, and the next day that same cop killed somebody. And then going back to what Cisco was saying is, you know, hate to say it, but fuck the police. You got to understand the police are just basically street security. You want somebody to solve a crime, you give it to a detective or a lieutenant or a major. You don't give it to a cop. Cops, what are they doing? They're breaking up a domestic violence call. They're picking up shell casings. What are they doing? They're street security. Who gives out traffic tickets? Yeah, who gives out traffic tickets?
Welcome to New York. They're enforcers. Yeah. You know, they enforce the force. And it's like now, you know, like you could be, and I think Cisco remember this, it doesn't matter who you are. You're a suspect. You know, they did, Jay Farrell just got pulled over. They put the boot to his neck. Oh, you look like a suspect. And then, oops, we made a mistake. Well, that happened to me in 2009 in full uniform. You know those uniforms we used to wear, Cisco?
Yeah.
We had neon shit. They outfitted us like we played for a pro football team. It was undeniable. I had my work matching. I had everything matching. Somebody makes a call or I match a description. Before you know it, I'm being detained in handcuffs and treated like shit. And it was only our company's lawyer that said, let that motherfucker go, because it didn't matter what I said. I was still a suspect until somebody said, you better let him go or we're going to have a problem. And what they did when they let me go was they brought over a black dude to try to patronize me. Wouldn't even take my complaint when I went in there, and it got swept under the rug. That was almost, this is 2020, 11 years ago? And now you're seeing that shit more and more and more and more. I'm sitting back watching it going, man, we've seen it so long, and it just gets worse and worse. They're talking about defunding. No, you got to overhaul, because this shit is bad. And one thing I worry about is I got a nephew that's a San Francisco police officer. And I think about him, what is he going through? Because that's a good dude. You know what I mean? What is he going through? Is he being squeezed to keep a code? What is he going through right now? You know, because I know he was a little disappointed in the reality of being a police officer at one point with the commissions and, you know, how the police and the community were at odds with each other. And he had a plan. He was going to become a judge, and I think he's going to become a judge faster. But I'm like, what is he going through? But even as a judge, these are the same judges. If you watch, I just watched Just Mercy last night. And I was watching this. This is with Michael B. Jordan and Jamie Foxx.
Oh, how was that?
Oh, man. It just...
It's a true story,
so
right?
Good. Yes, it's a true story. But it makes your head swell on the amount of black and brown people that are sitting in jail falsely accused. Even though the evidence is clear cut. You know what I mean? Spending 30 years wrongfully convicted, spending 10 years wrongfully convicted. They just had a boy a couple of years ago that was in Rikers Island for 2 years.
And he killed himself, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yep.
Hey, is Chappelle's the one that was talking about, because I know I heard it, about empathizing? Is he the one that said that?
He mentioned it on the special also.
Is he the one that said, like we need to empathize, like a police officer needs to empathize with the person they're pulling over?
I think it was in Equanimity, right? The one he's recorded at the Comedy Store. Was that the one?
I don't know, but I remember. But I was.
Like he was talking about the apartheid, right?
No, I was listening to somebody today, and I can't remember who was talking about that. You need more empathy because police need to empathize with the person who's driving. Could have had a shitty day.
I heard that too when I watched 846.
Could be going through depression or whatever, and then the person who gets pulled over needs to empathize with the officer. Like, you don't know, somebody might have pulled a gun on him not too long ago. You know, it could be a shitty day. He might have pulled somebody over earlier that day who was giving them lip. Because, look, man, I'm not justifying anything. I'm like, fuck all that shit. But I've seen motherfuckers give lip service to police officers. I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude.
You all have. Shit, like, you were giving lip service that night.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, exactly. I mean, fortunately, nothing happened, you know?
They have to be the bigger man. I mean, that's the job, to have emotional intelligence, you know? They just have to watch Roadhouse, you know? We were talking Roadhouse, Patrick Swayze, be nice, be cordial. That's for free. I mean, you don't have to go on and be a fucking bully to everybody. Fucking attitude. I mean, when I went to the U.S., I feeling like man, this fucking asshole is just like throwing his weight around because he can. What a fucking small dick asshole bully again. Like it's so unnecessary, man. This guy's
And it's
life must suck
demeaning. It's demeaning. You know, it's like
for everybody, but for him, for you, the people watching it. Like, what is this? Like Germany in 1941? I mean, like
police state.
Yeah.
That's yeah, dude. It's nuts, dude. So, but I mean, like, I keep wondering, how do we go back to normal? I mean, like, because people, like, you know, Ice Cube is out there. Ice Cube's out there
It's
saying,
never normal.
Ice Cube's out there saying, don't take your foot off their neck, keep the pressure up, keep protests. What's gonna be normal now, dude? I mean, like, you know, you have Trump saying he's not gonna watch football. You know, people are mad because Jerry Jones won't come out and say shit. You know, so I mean, I don't know.
Have you watched the news recently? In the last 36 hours, 2 African Americans have been hung on trees. One in Palmdale, and then within not even 24 hours, one in Victorville.
And the one in Palmdale, they said he committed suicide.
Which is totally BS, because, I mean, all right, statistically speaking, men who commit suicide is more of a violent act, so guns or jumping off a bridge. Women statistically that commit suicide are more pills and attempted, but not completed.
I can see it happening, because I'll tell you, my stepfather committed suicide and he hung himself. But to go outside and hang yourself on a tree, as a black person, knowing the implications of that too.
In 2020, in June, during this political climate,
hey, maybe he was like, maybe he was like, fuck it, we're gonna get these white motherfuckers, and then he just,
I'm gonna burn a cross before.
No,
I'm sorry.
Martyred himself.
Like,
that's
framed somebody.
I heard about the Palmdale. Damn, I didn't know it. I didn't hear about the Victorville guy.
And then now one in Victorville. And then the same thing, people getting hung. I'm like, I remember going hiking in Kern County and seeing a Confederate flag. I'm like, I'm not that far away from LA County.
Kern County? When did you go to Kern County?
This was last year for my birthday. I went on a hike.
Listen to this. In 1982, my football team, we went on to play for the national championship, junior college national championship. We couldn't even go to, I think it was Fallbrook, which is in Kern County, because the Klan said, if you bring all those, you know what's here, we'll be waiting for you. So we had to play the game at, I think Fresno CC, because we couldn't go to Fallbrook or something like that. And, you know, I mean, people.
Yeah, they had that much pull?
Oh, you know, like, you have to take threats really serious, whether it's a bomb threat or whether it's some kind of assassination. Even Cisco will tell you, because he used to go to Locke High School and they used to have all kind of, you know, gang banging threats and stuff like that. So you have to take those very serious, because if you go, they're just blowing smoke and people get killed, now you have to account to the public as to why you didn't take it serious.
Exactly. Now with all these school shootings, you get a kid posts, I'm gonna blast the school tomorrow. They don't just go, we know that's Juan. He don't fucking care. He's always saying stupid shit. They don't do that. They don't do that. They don't do that. You'll have the SWAT team there the next morning, metal detectors. You'll have the National Guard there the next morning.
But
that's
going back to the police, I wanted to say this because, like, you know, Roger Rod is killing me. You know, when
I saw him on the news. I saw Roger Rod.
Man, that dude is killing me because
who is Roger Rod?
On this thing. He's a comedian. He's a rancher, really. He tries to keep it real or whatever, but his true colors are coming out. Bad part is we played on the same team almost 30 years ago.
Yeah, I remember.
Okay, so like there's a bond, but really, he's coming out. Like when I showed him that video of the white cop, the cop killing the white man, he goes, "Oh, they're drudging this one out right now," and proceeded to tell me what I really need to be worried about. And I was like, first of all, you don't need to tell me what I really need to be worried about. You need to stop and address this right here. Your agenda is so blue up the ass, you can't see right versus wrong. And secondly, if you know anything about American policing, most of the police in America used to be in the Klan. Most of the police in America used to hassle black and brown people almost on a regular. So their histories are muddled with that same animosity that they're feeling now from the public. They're just trying to use like the drug trade and stuff like that. One idiot comedian that I had to cut off, was saying, well, maybe if they decriminalize drugs, blacks and the police would get along better. And I'm like, you stupid ass, like he just displayed himself to be somebody I can't even have any kind of conversation with, because if you think that that's all it's about, brother, you ain't never been in a car and saw somebody look in your car and turn around, follow you, and you go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom, got pulled over. I'm like,
right now is the time when people are going to expose themselves. People have been exposing themselves since like 2008, 2000. Like, no, people are exposing themselves, and you're finding out, like, you're seeing all the Karens on the timeline. You're seeing all these white people just like getting frustrated. They're like, man, like,
all lives matter.
I'm tired of seeing this. I'm like, no, this goes back to people getting upset that they're burning the American flag. Yeah, but there's black people dying. A flag or a person.
They used to rip the flag out of black people's hands. And I posted on my Facebook today, 100 years ago, almost to the day, black people marched down a certain street chanting Black Lives Matter. I said, maybe if they would have listened 100 years ago, instead of trying to say all lives matter, maybe we wouldn't be in this predicament right now. Because this same thing was happening in the 60s. We can go back 50 years. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Why are black people saying this? Because people are treating black people subhuman. And when I say black people, people need to understand it's not just black people. There are some black people that are really angering me because they're like, why are you talking about people of color and this? First of all, I'm going to say this to anybody who wants to hear it. Do you think if it was only about black people, with the amount of hate that is displayed toward black people in the subhuman treatment, that the foot would have been taken off our necks? No, we've had help from Jews. We had help from Latinos. We had help from white abolitionists, people who could see through the hatred. And once they started killing those people, then they started seeing our humanity. Because they never see our humanity until maybe the Mississippi 3 who went in the car got killed, and then they put the white boy in the cement, and people are like, how could this happen? Or they turn on the TV and without any kind of feeling, watched it night after night while they were sicking dogs on people. So people really need to see it's about black lives, but it's really about people of color and about poor people, because poor whites get it too. They're called nigger lovers. They're called all kinds of simple things. So going back to the compass, people need to understand when something is wrong. Because if you go, yeah, that's wrong, but they've been doing this, then how does that help the cause? Or you white people stay out of this, then you don't know your history, because some of the greatest abolitionists, even if you look at the Black Panthers, they had an Armenian lawyer. Like a lot of times I'm just listening to stupidness on both sides, and I'm like, this is the shit that they want. They want all of this stuff muddled in the water, so we can't really say what's right or wrong. I can get 50 million sources, but if I'm not comfortable with the source, or if the source is just wrong, because remember, there's always a truth, and then there are tentacles with fabrications or pieces of the truth. You must, if you are a storyteller, be willing to at least know what you're talking about from a realistic, truthful point. Now, you can fabricate things like Edward James almost should have did when he did American Me. You don't always have to dive in and go, I'm going to make everything to the point realistic. But if you don't know the truth and you're spewing all this nonsense, then nothing's going to get done. And that's what's happening right now, because like the people that don't get it, they just don't get it. But the people that get it and say, but, they're even worse than the people that don't get it. Because I watched an alt-right dude the other day, and he was talking about knowing that in 2045, they're not going to be the dominant culture anymore. White people make up 59% of the population right now, but they were saying in 2045, that number is going to change. white people are not going to be the dominant culture. It won't be one particular group, but minorities on the whole will outnumber whites. And white people know this. And they know like what's happening now with all these historical pieces of shit coming down, and people are challenging things built on races past. That's what they're trying to preserve.
That's what they also know that even though they're the majority, and then by 2045 they may be the minority, they also understand that even though as Hispanics or people of color are now the majority, a lot of us Hispanics, Mexicans, whatever you want, we can't vote, or not legal or whatever to vote. And then a lot of us maybe have a F, maybe we have a felony, so we can't vote. So then,
why you think they're trying to repress those kind of things though? Because one step ahead, even something as simple as mail-in voting, like they're fighting this shit. Like, no, because it would make it what? Too simple for people to vote. They're claiming voter fraud, but they always tell you mail-in voting has a low error voting fraud. But then when you want to put it into practice, oh, we can't do that. Or redistricting at the last minute to keep a stronghold. All of these things are things that are like trying to divide people. And people need to be smart about this. People of color really need to be smart about this, because the minute they got each other at each other's throats, it doesn't matter how many numbers you have. It doesn't matter, what percentage is white. As long as I keep these people in disarray, then I can rule them like I have for the longest period of time.
Hey, not to switch topic, but did you hear about that police officer that took a knee with the crowd?
I did.
Did you hear about that? Robert Catani. So he was in the middle of protesters, and they were yelling, "NYPD, take a knee," or "NYPD, take a knee," NYPD, and he took a knee. And then today he came out. The New York Post, obtained an email he sent to his peers where he said, "The cop in me wants to kick my own ass."
Yep.
He says the
Did
condition.
you see the SWAT team that quit the force in Florida because the police chief took a knee? The whole SWAT team quit the SWAT team.
Damn.
They didn't quit the police, but they quit the SWAT team because the chief of police took a knee.
But hold on, he said, horrible decision to give in to a crowd of protesters' demands. Said the conditions prior to the decision to take a knee were very difficult as we were put center stage with the entire crowd chanting. I know I made the wrong decision. We didn't know how the protesters would have reacted if we didn't, and we're attempting to reduce any extra violence.
Yeah, they were trying to do crowd control. They were trying to, save face.
No, but only 4 of them took a knee. All the cops around him did not.
I think that's what Trent's talking about. We become mired in all this bullshit, like these symbols, like who takes the knee, who doesn't. When you need concrete action, like use that power and funnel it into something that you can touch, like defund the police. That's a great policy. Like let's talk about taking power out of the hands of these thugs, because they're empowered to kill you because I'm paying them to kill them as a citizen. Like it's absurd.
It's like once you defund them, you have to reform. Now you have to everybody to the table, and let's see what
But damn, dude. But what's the
But here's another thing.
How do you reform shit?
All of these.
How do you reform? The same thing. You start a committee. You get the community involved. You get the councilmen involved. You get the senators. You get everybody involved, and everybody to the table. Because once you fuck up the money, people's feelings get hurt.
And another thing, like right now, you got these review boards that are letting these police officers walk. If you want to reform somebody, it's just as simple as having a punishment. You can't let people do things and go unaccountable.
Absolutely.
Every time I hear that there's an officer that has not been tried or persecuted, like you said, you've given them the license to go out and be the big bad apes they want to be. I guarantee you, if there was some sort of punishment or some kind of, I'm gonna fuck my money up, I better think about this a little harder. They'd have you believe, no, you gotta be thinking about everything as it happens on the street. No. Intuitive. You've got to think when you're out there. But you don't have to be like putting your knee in people's necks or you be doing these things. I saw one jacket of one officer who had 75 police complaints of like a battery. How does a person get 75 complaints and nobody is reviewing that jacket? If I went to work and fucked up 71 times, I'd be at the EDD.
71, shit,
Yeah.
2 times.
But again, going back, they got the union, so they got lawyers.
But that's dude, that's the problem in a lot of fucking industries, man, where they got unions that protect people, and like even in schools, teachers just have to be good for 5 years and then they can fuck off. They can't fire them. That's why the education system is broken and sucks ass. And
nobody's talking about this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Nobody's talking about this kind of stuff. Defunding is the easiest thing that everybody wants to hear. We got to take away the funding and we got to take the police out. If you eliminate the police, you're still going to need somebody to police. You got to talk about.
Yeah, because the worst thing you want is a state police.
And you don't want them either.
No,
that's true, because if I were a politician, I'd be for defunding, because that means more funds, and then I reappropriate them and distribute, and I have more power from that. Like, take that power away from them, give it back to the state, which is basically it, and then do something that won't matter at all.
You ever seen the movie The Warriors?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
You know what stops criminals from going ballistic right now is that they know there's a check and balance. But don't think for 1 minute that conversation hasn't come up in every major city. We outnumber the police. We can do whatever we want to do if we pull together. So you can't eliminate the threat of there being some kind of ramifications if you go out and commit crime.
That's right. Can you count, suckers? Can you count?
You know what I mean? But you have to, when these officers run afoul or they kill somebody, they have to be held accountable. Too many times we're watching officers kill people. Like, I think somebody had said to me, I think that officer was reprimanded at this, that, and the other, the one that executed that white guy. That should have happened immediately. That was on TV or somebody captured that.
Bro, I was watching Cops, and I seen them do the fucking knee on the back and the neck on cops, like on every episode. I was like, damn,
they just showed some guy, and then his partner came by, hey, get your hand off get your knee off.
I saw
he saw him on camera though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's no accountability. They've convinced everybody to think that everybody out here is just an animal, but that kind of mentality has bled over to citizens. Even though it's wrong to think about criminals, there's some criminals that are animals. Let's not sugarcoat it. There's some
of course
that I would want to meet on a dark night. But it's gone to them thinking it's us versus everybody. And it's like when you see, like in Texas, maybe a year or two ago, they go to a pool party and they throw these girls on the ground.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
You know, that kind of shit like that, or the CHP officer on the 10 beating the shit out of that lady.
Mm-hmm.
What is that about? Or when you see that guy begging for his life and trying to follow the commands in this latest incident, and they just lit his ass up. He says, you don't fucking talk, you listen and obey. And if you don't do what we tell you to do, I'm like, fuck. And you know the crazy thing about that? That happened in Mesa, Arizona. And one of my childhood friends lives in Mesa, Arizona. And I go to see him often. And so, man, that's too heavy.
I used to do shows right next to Mesa in Chandler.
You know,
it's right next door.
Too. They got the Tempe Improv out there, the whole nine. Well, it's like, why are we?
If you see like the movie Gangs of New York, you get that the police is just another gang. It's just another gang. Yeah. It's an organization like gangs. They give you community, but they also cover for murder. I mean, that's what you do. You accumulate power
of silence.
Oh, you want to see a good movie on that? Have you guys watched the Stanford Prison Experiment?
No.
Is that the one where they it's like it's like if they get this question wrong, you got to buzz them?
No. So Forrest Whitaker's in that movie, And what I think it was a true story. I'm pretty sure. I'm 90% sure, 95% sure. Well, they took these people and Stanford University, and they did this project, and they said, okay, this group of people over here, you guys are the prisoners, and then this group of people over here, you guys are going to be the police officers in the prison, bro. And it starts off as a harmless thing. Little by little, the police officers feel the power, and they feel the necessity to enforce their power and to let the prisoners know that they are the ones that run that shit. Oh, dude. And it gets fucking crazy. It gets physical, and it's just an experiment, bro. It's just a fucking experiment. So
that source of power is real. I mean, I'm not sure who here has ever shot a gun, but let me tell you something. I've shot a gun, and that thing is, you feel it. You feel that adrenaline. You feel like that. I remember the first time I shot a gun, the first thing that popped into my head was, I totally understand how these Columbine kids could like go up and shoot at the school. Like, you feel godlike.
Now you respect life. I couldn't see it. I've held a gun, and I don't feel like fucking shooting people.
True, again, but everybody, like, okay, I only held a gun for like what, maybe like 20 minutes. These guys have a gun with them the whole time. And not only do they have a gun, maybe they don't use it all the time, but they got these thoughts in their head, knowing that they got this safety net on.
And I'm sorry to say, but you also live in a country who starts wars every 5 years. I mean, your government pays Americans to kill other people all the time. I mean, every country has killings. I mean, Mexico has a problem, but at least it's a different mindset when you know it's criminality. You know, like it's the mob, it's the cartels. You know, it's like it's something extraneous. But here is like, the American way is that we have a strong military and we throw our weight around in every aspect of our culture, and that's in the big scale and the small scale. These people are humans that go and brutalize some country. They come back and they're supposed to be like normal. And they bring that violence
You're
back
always
to them.
funding the private wars and trying to topple other people's governments.
Well, that's what Chappelle was talking about. That guy, that police officer, remember, that shot those cops, and then he was ex-military.
Eric Garner.
Yeah.
Eric Garner.
Dude, I remember watching that.
I do too.
I remember watching that, and I said, they're gonna kill this fool. They ain't gonna let him out alive.
Yeah.
And I said he's gonna kill himself, or they're gonna kill him, because he knows.
I think that's what Chappelle said too, because he said they sent 400 people because they felt the pain of losing one of their own.
The way they killed him was they threw in that. So here's the thing: a tear gas in an enclosed environment starts fires. Yeah. Tear gas out in the street with the protesters, it's out everywhere. But in a closed environment, it catches fire.
And they let him roast.
Yeah.
It wasn't an immediate call to go in there. They let that thing burn down.
And he had a lot of dirt on all them motherfuckers too, bro. They weren't gonna let him live.
And he had receipts.
They weren't gonna let him live. They weren't gonna let him live, dude. But this shit. Go ahead, Jason.
I'm sorry, that it's crazy that it's even logical to them. You know, like, we're gonna lynch this guy because that's what it is. It's a lynch.
That's the maddening part right there. We're all supposed to be of sound sense, but you see some of the things that are going on and they make absolutely no sense. And a lot of times that's what happens when minorities get pulled over too, because they're like, okay, I know I'm going to get pulled over, but sometimes you just lose it because it's so ridiculous what they're telling you. Oh, you got a busted taillight, or you got this. Can you get out of the car? You haven't even told me what you pulled me over for. And you already know that you're being viewed as a suspect. Sometimes you just lose it because we're taught in this country as minorities to be law-abiding and self-respectful. Certain people fall off the track, they join gangs and do all this other shit. But when you're a hardworking person here, you think all I have to do is stay out of trouble, keep my nose clean, and everything will be good. But then you get indoctrinated by being pulled over by the police or being falsely accused about doing this, or this happens. And then all of a sudden you start tripping out, especially if you go to fight for the justice of this country and you can't even get justice when you come back home. That's a mind fuck. And a lot of people are starting to lose it. And then we have to hear about these people who probably never experienced any kind of strife in their life, talking about, well, all you have to do is this, or if you just avoid this, Or Blue Lives Matter too. Nobody said they didn't. But when you turn on the TV, you're seeing young men and women of color being executed, being manhandled, being violated on a regular basis. And there's no justification for it.
Something I've been noticing, at least on my timeline, on my socials, is going back to people exposing themselves, is this new generation of, 20 to 29-year-olds who are just realizing my parents are racist. My parents are homophobic. Holy crap. I need to create a separation from these people, from this ideology, from this. I have to unlearn this. And I've been noticing, I'm like, you know what? Granted, they were eating Tide Pods a couple of years ago and everything, but, they got the message. Like, you know what? No, this isn't right. Not only do I love Black music and Black culture and my Black friends, but I got to separate from my parents. I got to break this cycle. Like, my racist grandma and uncle isn't cute anymore. Like, the joke isn't funny because I'm seeing this on my timeline. I'm seeing this on my socials. And I'm like, I'm loving that all these young people are realizing it. I'm loving that these young people are feeling it, are having this
That's
empathy.
what you see when you look at these movements. That's what the ray of hope. I posted something the other day. These little babies are walking down the street going, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. But you have a whole bunch of people from all walks of life saying, we're really tired of this shit. You know what I mean? We understand, it's all lives matter, but Black people and people of color are getting fucked and we're tired of it. And you see a lot of people marching for this. You see some that are like doing stupid shit and being opportunists and stuff like that. But there are a lot of people around this country taking up arms and saying, we're really tired of this. Police brutality, the mistreatment of Black people and people of color, people are tired of it.
But wait, but don't opportunities come in all shapes, colors, whatever.
Yeah,
so
people only see the ones that are dark.
No, let me tell you something. So you telling me if, like, say a citizen were to kill an officer, wouldn't bad police officers take that opportunity to kill people more?
Of course.
Because, well, they're fucking attacking us. So they're no different than the rioter and looter. They do the same shit. They take.
See, well, I don't know, man. Because here's the thing, right? Like,
no, it's the same shit, man.
Yeah, but you're supposed to be the professional.
Yeah,
exactly.
So I'm a firefighter, right? But you burned down my house. Like, I'm not gonna save your house because you burned down my house. Like,
hey, there's guys that won't. Everybody. There's guys that won't, man. Believe it or not.
No, you're right about that. There's some people too. But again, some people choose to be EMTs, and some people choose to be ambulance drivers, and they show up and it's like, well, I don't want to help this person that OD'd.
Bro,
like,
look at let you talk about real shit. Let's look at Border Patrol, where the majority of the ones I fucking know are Hispanic, and they treat the people who try to get in this country like shit, man. They treat us like shit when we're coming across the border, and they ask us those questions, and they start looking in our car and like, bro, what the fuck, man? Your last name is Jimenez.
But those are people, once again, trying to what? Fight for America because they believe in the American dream, only to be shown you can only have a portion of the dream. You know what I mean? Right. All those soldiers that went over to Vietnam, Black and brown, all those soldiers in World War II, the Korean War, they really believed in the ideology of this country, only to be shown the reality of that ideology. You can only have a little bit. Yeah, you can help us.
That's why Drew Brees is an asshole, man.
Oh yeah, fuck him.
He's not like, I think of my grandfather when you couldn't, it's like, oh yeah, your grandfather that fought in World War II. Yeah, did he fight with Black people? Did he come back and can those Black friends of him sit at the same counter as your white grandfather? No. So don't give me that bullshit.
Could they even wear their uniforms when they came home? Yeah, they were actually stripped out of their uniforms and hanged. A lot of them when they came home.
You want to hear some real shit? Go to one of those American Legions or VFWs and listen in East LA and listen to those Chicanos talk. They fucking hate. They're proud to have served, but they'll let you know, fuck the U.S. government, because they never recognize. They said that there was more Chicano Purple Heart winners, Heart medals than anybody else, bro, and they've never gotten recognized. Oh, dude, we used to do comedy shows, and they'd be like, yeah, fuck these motherfuckers, fuck the president. They'll let you know, bro. And they're not like I'm Mexico, they're American. I'm USA, Chicano, Garcia, Martinez, whatever. But they're USA through and through. But they'll let you know, fuck the government. They never fucking recognize us. They treat us like secondhand citizens. They hate it. So they know, they're just like Gardner and shit like that. They've seen the reality. They've seen the truth.
That's the thing. Once you get sold on something and you see the truth, I mean, look, I've done comedy in more countries that have been bombed or, you know, have experienced some kind of like strife. And we go over there and entertain on the basis and stuff like that. But I tell you, like as a person, I am grateful to be here for the opportunities that it affords me. Yeah. But like when I look at that, and I have the flag, you know, I see the flag. I respect the flag for its concept. But the reality of that flag is the same thing that everybody's just starting to get hip to. Yeah, it says liberty and justice for all, but in reality, we all don't get liberty and justice. So why am I gonna hop up and salute a flag and make that pledge and not get what I'm pledging for?
I think it's a thing that's worldwide, that there's a feeling that I get that you're supposed, if you're not a millionaire or a billionaire, you're just a prisoner. You're supposed to act like a prisoner. You walk this way, you act this way, you don't make a fuss.
You gotta follow the program.
You're not free. That's not being free. I mean, walking down the street, and if you do this, you get a fucking whack in the head. That's not freedom. You're an animal. And I feel, when I went to NYC, I felt it. When I went to LA in the bus, I felt it. When I cross the border, even if they're nice, why do they have to remind me that they're my boss? I mean, when is that the way humans talk to each other? If I were your cousin, you wouldn't talk to me like that. What's so different? Like,
those motherfuckers will. Those motherfuckers at the border will. And I bet you it was a Latino, huh?
Yeah.
At the border.
Cisco, it's always a minority. It's always
I know you remember that classic scene in Colors, or not Colors, but in Boys in the Hood.
Which one?
All right.
You were probably one of those Crenshaw Mafia.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
See, those kind of people, they want to fit in so bad that they lose their identity. And they start rolling with a bigger program. It's no longer...
Yeah, they take on the other identity.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I don't like, you know what? I don't like those like loony liberal Democrats that like that lady in the park that you were telling me about at Central Park. Was it Central Park? Where the lady was yelling at that guy? I think
walking. She called the police?
Yeah. Yeah, those fucking ladies too. They're a piece of shit too, man.
Well,
they're out there, yeah, Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. And then when they're in a position where it's them with a black person, it's like, oh, call the police. I'm in danger. What the fuck?
I posted something the other day that said, you know, like racism is like the coronavirus. You can be infected and not know that you are a racist. But a lot of people,
they don't know they're racist.
Well, they know they're racist. They just
think it's normal.
They're just in denial about it.
Well, it's because they come from a social structure where that's the normal way of thinking, bro.
Systemic.
Yeah, it's systemic, of course.
Systemic.
Of course.
They become numb to what really is offensive. They become numb to what is oppressive. And quite frankly, when you point it out to them, they become defensive and they don't care.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's why there's a buddy of mine that he doesn't talk to me anymore. And he grew up in the same area around where I live and shit, and joined the military, came back with a total different mindset. And like fuck this and fuck that and fuck those people in that area. And I'm like, damn, bro, who bullied you? Because at the end of the day, it seems that a lot of people who have hate and racist or prejudice, they were bullied by somebody, and they try to take they get these positions of authority to fucking pay back.
Like a lot of cops.
Yeah, like a lot of cops, to pay back people who treated them like shit, to take out their anger and frustration on people like that. It's bad, dude. It's terrible. So.
But the glimmer of hope is you're seeing people rise up. People are tired, man. They're really tired. And at the same time, knowing that the demographics are changing, people are saying, Let's make the change. That's why you have so much pushback. When you hear people screaming all lives matter, they're so used to listening to the world the way it was.
Yeah.
But evolution is happening whether people like it or not. And I guarantee you, whoever you are, there's going to be some part that you're still stuck in the Stone Age about. You know, me, I used to not be into gay people and used to not be into like, transdress, cross-dressing, transgender, stuff like that. Not that I vehemently hated them or anything like that, but I felt like that was so removed from me that whatever happened to them was none of my business. But now you're starting to see injustice for one is injustice for all. That mindset doesn't stop because, okay, I like black people, but I don't like them. Or I like these kind of people, I don't like them. As long as you harbor that in your heart, you will oppress somebody else and the oppression will continue.
Yeah.
So you have to understand that the world is changing right now. Yeah, there's some things that you may not be high on. I like when Cisco said, I don't have to go looking for it. But, you know, at the same time, like there's a push now, Black trans lives.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm like, I'm all in. You know, what do you want me to support? What do you want me to say? Because it's like, hey, if they cut y'all off, guess who they coming after next?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Fuck it. Well, we're gonna wrap this up, guys. It's almost 3 hours and shit. And
Gotta go get my beer before it closes.
but thank you guys. Thank you guys all for coming on, man, and being a part of the show. And
Oh, we love
like
it.
as always, man, you know, we'll do it again. You know, I mean, try to do it as often as I can. I know Jose is always like, hey, he sends me a text every day. We're gonna podcast tonight? We're gonna podcast tonight?
Let's pod, man.
We're gonna podcast tonight?
I would love to podcast with you guys, man.
So yeah, so you know what I mean? Like we can, you know, I try to mix it up, but you know, I wanna there go the fucking sirens again, son of a bitch. But like
We got them out here too. I just ain't going outside.
but I thought, you know, I mean, this was a good show, so I thank you guys.
Oh, thank you, man.